Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome to Up Late with G and friends. Anyway, give me a second. Anyway, how have we been? Who's in the chat? We have Dexter, welcome. We have Paul. How are you, Paul? And Roger, so far. How is everyone so far? Or how's your weekend? How's your week been? I've been a bit quiet this week. I don't know if anyone noticed. Um, let's see if this. Uh, G's on the Johnny Walker tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, before I start as well, oh, before I start, if you wish to have a look at it, I have my Funk in Hungary link tree there. If anyone wants to take a look at that, just click on it and have a look what's on there. All the different socials, the Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. Also, we have the Hypersapien one. So the link tree there as well. And yeah, if you want to look at them, you can find me on different socials. And also, I shared this. So I actually done it this week. I'm actually, I'm actually trying to do it properly. Paintbrushes. Yeah, if you want to check out as well that Hypersapien channel, the lives are going to eventually go onto there. So if you want to go and hit that one up, they are live on there at the moment. Actually, I am sharing them here and there, streaming on both. But yeah, eventually they're going to be moving over to there. So if you do enjoy these, if you want to go and sub to that channel, because eventually they'll be going over here, just because it's, yeah, you know, it's becoming a little bit more than just Funk and Hungry, really. So that's why where they will be, and that's why that's happening. Just so I can do eventually, so I can do different stuff on that channel, and yeah, maybe do some like interviews or just have guests and all that stuff. At first I was doing these lives and I was just sort of wanted to interact with the people on Funkin' Hungry or whatever channel I'm going to be on. But yeah, they've started to become a little bit more than that, as most people can probably tell. So yeah, if you want to hit that up, when I get to about maybe 100 followers on that Hypersapien channel, I might, sort out like a if I want to keep that name or if I want to change the name. And just, I'll probably sort out like logos and just all little bits and pieces for that. But we'll get there when we get there, I guess. We won't get there before we get there. So yeah, now that's all really been said and done. But yeah, I have some ideas. Like basically on that other channel, I can just do stuff that isn't related to food or hobby or whatever. So it's a bit more of a free for all. It did start as the G spot. I know Paul would probably wish or hope that it stayed or that I use that name, the G spot. Maybe I will. Who knows? The logo might be interesting if I do go with that name, right? We'll see how we go. Hey, I mean, I guess with a name like Funkin' Hungry, maybe I should just make it the G spot. Hey, because keep up that momentum of having names that either make people laugh, cry, or cringe, or a lot of people don't know what Funkin' Hungry is. They don't even know how to say it or whatever. Yeah, the countdown started. It's a legend. It is. Gotta love you, Roger. Just going through the comments. I'm not like just zoning out. Or am I? Ah, yeah. it is a fairly peaceful chat so far. So far, yeah, it is a bit like that. I'll get into, I guess, my weekend activities in a bit because, as I did say at the start, you might have noticed I was a little bit MIA. Paul's heading up all the different channels. I do have the Hypersapien Facebook page as well that I'm streaming to. It's just I don't know. As I said, I'm just trying to build up the channel and/or Facebook page, just so there's content there. So if people do find themselves there, there's stuff for them to do until I sort it out. Yeah, it is a bit of a long one, and sometimes, yeah, sometimes I have to look twice just to see if I've assembled all of the words correctly. It is a bit of a, and I do have the Hypersapien one, which is I don't know. It feels like they might clash. One reason I went with the Hypersapien as well is because that's what my Instagram page is. So I don't know, I was going to line it up with the Instagram, but I guess we could always change that or sort it out eventually, or just, I don't know. I don't really use the Instagrams that much. Just normally a bit of content I might put out there. Not one of those people that post all the time. Anyway, people are dropping off like flies now. Guess I'm not entertaining enough. Which I'll do what I done last stream and check my phone every 5 minutes. Uh, Someone's commenting on, well, bloody hell. There's this post on this other YouTuber's channel that he's like a German guy, junkfoodtaster.com. And I commented like a year ago saying not too much, just a half a bottle, because I believe he said not that much sauce and put on loads. And I don't know why people keep commenting on it. Anyway, so yeah, the one reason I had a couple of videos I was planning this week. Someone did sponsor me to do the hot rods. I'm back at KFC. How excited is everyone? It's only an SA though, South Australia only. So I guess we didn't get the fiery zinger, but we got the hot rods. I know how much Rolf has said he loves his hot rods. I don't know if he was talking about the car or the chicken, but he was telling me how much he loves getting his mouth around them. But yeah, Tuesday I went to the doctor's and it was all good. I wasn't going there because I was sick. But then later that evening, I did get sick. So I've been sick since bloody Tuesday night slash Wednesday morning. Oh man. And yeah, basically that wasn't very fun, I guess. So yeah, didn't do food reviews, but I let the person know that gave me a donation for the hot rod review that they wanted to see. I let them know that I probably won't be doing it I'll probably do it maybe Monday now. But yeah, that's something to look forward to, I guess. And yeah, so just the last few days I've been just drinking water, eating toast. I reckon it was Wednesday I had toast. Then I felt a little bit adventurous on Thursday. That's the right. That's the day. And I put on some Vegemite. And then on Friday I had like a little bit of a scrambled egg slash omelette with toast. But yeah, that's about it. Had it seemed like I had a bit of the old gastro, so I had a bit of the old poo bum. You know how that goes. it was all fairly good through the day, and then like always, when you're well rested or you're relaxed and you're laying there, or every time I went to fall asleep, I had to get up to go to the toilet like the Flash. And yeah, after a while during this week was if I should fart or not, because if you fart, you might follow through. So yeah, it was a bit of a decision. It was bit touch and go there for a while. Some other people just left the stream. Fair enough. I thought this might be a funny situation to talk about. Sorry if anyone's eaten. I guess it's lucky I don't have a food channel. Otherwise, people might be tuning in. You know how people watch food channels and they have their dinners ready and they sit down and you want to watch someone else eat while you eat. But yeah, the only other joke I was going to make is started feeling like I was wiping with sandpaper after a while there. I reckon I should have got Paddy Joe, should have hit him up and asked him what that toilet paper brand he said. I think it was Coles, he said. I don't know. We went into a huge debate about it at one stage. So yeah, and yeah, I've got all my props here tonight. I've got old mate Robbo sent me his wank tissue. I've got my lube here. And yeah, I did. Oh, it's bloody turned to water because everyone, if Taz is watching, I don't think Taz watches me anymore. Or he probably just lurks and doesn't talk just in case tell him to get up on here. But yeah, he'd be telling me that I've been talking too long. I'm not behind the chat though. But yeah, I better drink. I did put a bit of ice in there, but it's turned to water now. So yeah, cheers to sandpaper and having an ass that looks like a baboon. Shit. Yeah, wasn't feeling too bad yesterday. Um, can't even remember. But yeah, I did have a sandwich today, like lettuce and turkey, and I had Pepsi Max in the afternoon. The old grumble gut, the old mud butt. The old mud butt has been okay so far, but yeah, I had Pepsi in, and I'm like, oh, probably not the best idea. I was going to have bacon though, because on Tuesday when I went out, I bought bacon because I was hell looking forward to bacon. And if anyone's on my Facebook and whatnot, I had those dim sims and had those dim sims and they were bloody good. That was about the last good meal I had. Robbo's wank tissue, yeah. I was going to move it, but I'm like, nah, I may as well, have it there for a little bit of a comedic effect, like I've got my props around. But yeah, it didn't go with the bacon in the end, and like I'll play it safe and have turkey and lettuce and mayo. But yeah, I'm not feeling too bad, feeling a lot better than I was, and I hardly ever get sick. What are you doing, Soul? I fed him, let him out, and now, like always, he's like, oh no, I want to go do shit when I'm live. Maybe to Aussie. No, his wank tissue is Liz, isn't it? I think that's what he calls his tissue. But yeah, anyway, I wasn't going to drink as well because, I might shit myself on stream and who wants to see that? Probably everyone. Anyway, cheers, everyone. Bloody dribblers. Anyway, oh, that lit me up. What they say, light me up like the 4th of July. Yeah, it'll just be a 1 hour special. Either that or you know, might rush off to to take care of a certain situation. Not enough talking. Sorry, we'll try and talk more. G is the mighty warrior. Yeah, I did get myself a Pepsi. I'll probably pour a bit of this old, what is it? Black Label. So yeah, the first day as well. I don't know what it was. It was some shit, but round about, well, as I said, Tuesday, Wednesday night, or Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, I should say. Wednesday was just like all body aches, pretty much. Just felt like I had my head kicked in. Probably like probably what Robbo, the disabled blogger, wishes he could do if he if if he could get a hold of me, I guess. Oh man, even though it's got ice in it, this like instantly tastes like it's warm. Probably need to have a stir and stick. And I did have some bloody. You know how it is here. We're prepared for anything. 'Cause I do have some like spoons or stirring sticks or shit somewhere. Yeah. What was I gonna do and talk about? You can only just see it on top of my name. But yeah, I didn't know. A lot of times I stream Friday. Obviously that didn't happen. I was still feeling a little bit average. So I just chilled and what did I watch? I watched stuff. I don't know what I watched. What did I, what did I watch? I watched stuff, and yeah, it was not that fun. Probably should have just streamed, but yeah, here I am today. Man, this is turning watery. Might pour a little bit more of this in there, and I'm not going to go too crazy. And here I am pouring two different drinks. That's how we do here. Not crazy at all. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll go for now. I've told all my silly stories and bored everyone. But I thought I'd jump on and let anyone who was interested know why I've been a bit. Oh, that must be the Pepsi. Ah, did you? Oh, yeah, I did see. I was just, I don't know, I was talking about sausages or yeah, something. So, you know, uh, I don't know. There, Dexter. I'm drinking tonight, so I don't know if that's appropriate having people of your age on while I'm drinking. I don't want to be upsetting any parents and stuff. During the week I don't drink, so you're always welcome then. But I don't know. Maybe I'll let the chat decide. Besides Paul, because he's a bad influence. But yeah, good day there, Rolfus. Good day there. Now I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Probably me shitting myself or something, wasn't I? Where was I? Yeah, I thought I'd jump on, show my face, let everyone know that I'm still alive, and you had a you had about a week. I could, I guess, edit the one video that I do have. I guess I could. I was going to say edit it tonight, but who the hell wants to edit it? Edit a video after I've had a couple of drinks and stuff. Might actually be an improvement though, right? It's crap. Oh, sorry to disappoint you. I'm not really a drinker, so I don't drink like I used to. I just grabbed it because I wanted a 1 liter and I was going to get Jack Daniels. And I'm like, nah, I haven't had Johnny Walker in a while, so I grabbed that. Yeah, I just I just got what I got. There wasn't too much. dilly dally, as that Taz Daz would say about it. I just grabbed it. I got it instead of the Jack Daniels. I guess in hindsight, I should have just got the Jack Daniels, considering I'm drinking out of a Jack Daniels glass. Shout out to Paddy Joe Cooking. I was going to say this one's for you, but you'd probably get offended. This one's for everyone. Better not start having drinks with people again. I should have just not put ice in it. It really messes with you. I reckon it's because of these bloody ring lights. The ice is melting quick. Yeah, I'll probably have a couple tonight and see. Let him join. I guess aren't you a parent, Rolfus? So I guess Rolfus knows best. All you lads and ladies out there, if you want to join, join. Start getting this spicy, hey? Any Johnny Walker is crap. Ah, yeah, but didn't you say you liked Hungry Jacks the other day to me? So can't remember. I don't know. I speak to people about a lot of stuff. Who's punching your face, Roger? Well, you want to punch me in the face? You don't reckon I'm a good drinker because that I just explained how I've been sick this whole week, and it's not anything about not being a good drinker. I just don't drink. I've got better shit to do really than just sit around drinking. I wouldn't be able to make videos if I just sat around drinking, and the amount of money that I spend on videos keeps me pretty broke. Well, at least you're a, at least you're a very positive influence on the chat. It's been all positivity coming from you tonight. Good to see. Oh, is that a good memory or a bad memory? That was like me. That was like me that time when I had Jack. Oh, settle down, Roger. No, you don't. We love your face. Oh, I've already done that. I'm not sure I'll be doing that again. He sure does. He sure does, Paul. There's nothing wrong with you, Roger. I did do a little bit of painting today, though. You'll have to go to G the Hypersapien to see all of that stuff. I'm not painting them on the channel, though. Oh, man, for some reason, this hat is annoying the hell out of me tonight. You do have a face. You do indeed. Every prawn has a face, right? I reckon I might have scared Dexter off by telling him I was drinking. Did I? Yeah, am I drunk already? I was going to say that I did share the StreamYard link, right? And then I get on stream, otherwise I won't eat the chip. Someone get on stream, and then when someone joins me, two more people need to get on stream, otherwise I won't eat the chip. And then I'll cry about eating the chip and go get some milk and have it all over my face like Luke Skywalker. You're a prawn star. Wow. Is that what you was doing last night, Roger? Is that why you had a few drinks? Was you celebrating a new film? Here's to Roger and his prawn star career. So I'm learning. If Paddy Joe's watching this, which he won't be, see, I'm learning. I'm taking sips, even though I just like sculled a couple of shots or more than shots. Oh, this dog. What do you want? I thought I might be the one rushing off the shit on the stream, but it turns out it might be Soul. I don't know what he wants. I'm gonna turn the camera off so no one gets to see this. Me yelling at him. I'm only joking. This is what the twat's trying to get to. He only helped himself to some earlier. I don't even know how many he ate. Just sometimes come back and just see him just chewing on some. You can have a couple, but then you can settle down. Yeah. Anyway, I just threw him across the room. You were celebrating your oldest half sister's birthday. What makes her half a sister? She doesn't have like a disfigurement, does she? But yeah, happy birthday to your sister there, Roger. A prawn star, probably not the best stuff to go into after saying that about his sister. But yeah, a prawn star is better than being a porn star, Roger. Depends what kind of porn star it is. Pawning off prawns. Ah, fair enough. So what are we gonna do for the next like remainder time? I was gonna draw or something tonight, but yeah, didn't plan it at all. Didn't plan it. I guess my pad's only over here. What have we got? Here's some of my notes from the Whiskey River Whopper. It's got the prices. It's got my picture of Caitlin as well that I did live and stream. If anyone was there or saw it. Oh man, it looks like there's a little bit of damage on this. Probably should put them in a safe place. Does anyone remember Roger, the Royal Prawn? Uh, I was going to say the Naked Alien, but he's not naked, so I might have to give him a name. What should we call the Naked Alien? Should we call him like Hypersapien? Maybe we'll see. Hey there, Sakal, how are you? You're going well. Well, well. What should we? No, no more. You've just had some. Probably hasn't even hit your stomach yet. Where's a half decent pen? So it did cross my mind to do like some spicy sort of challenges or whatever. I'm like, yeah, probably not the best food to have after just being sick. And I mean, the stomach's feeling a little bit strange already. So yeah, it might even be a 1 hour stream tonight. We'll have to see how we go. Yeah, I was gonna try and incorporate maybe some sort of, I don't know, food related stuff into a stream tonight, but I did actually have dinner before, so that dinner's probably like, is it gonna stay down or what? I'm trying to work out what the hell we could draw. Uh, Maybe I might try this. This is like a funny merch idea that I did have. It's actually a good old food sack that had a shirt that I made a joke about, and it gave me an idea that I could actually make that merch. Not that anyone would probably buy it anyway, but just looking for a bit of a reference. Hopefully the dinner stays down. Yeah, it should do. It's just probably not the best idea to stream, drink, and have dinner before I stream and drink and uh, a pineapple pizza and Turkish delight ice cream. Turkish delight ice cream sounds alright actually. It just tastes like old lady's perfume with some ice cream. Okay, so I start. I mean, do I tell lies? But it's a blank page. I didn't prepare this earlier. Ah, I didn't get the bloody dog drink. I have to try and work out how I'm going to do this. I like Turkish delight. Yeah, it's like I don't hate it, but when people say pineapple pizza, what do you do you mean just a pizza with sauce, cheese, and pineapple? Because yeah, I mean I'd probably eat it, but I don't know if I'd be enjoying that at all. Come on, that's enough. But yeah, no more. Bloody this dog is more fucking hungry than I am. Yeah, pineapple pizza isn't really. I mean, I'm not a fussy git, so I'll eat it, but I'm not. It's not really my cup of tea exactly. If someone else orders it, I'll have it. Like ham and pineapple, and I don't mind it when it's on a supreme. Let me know what your guys' favorite pizza is. I used to back in the day when you'd get together with mates, and this was before there was as many local pizza places or Domino's. A lot of times used to be the one that seemed to be close to a lot of people. Most of the time, it'd be a meat lovers without barbecue sauce because I don't mind barbecue sauce. Again, I'm not really a fussy git, but I just prefer tomato sauce on a pizza. So yeah, that was probably a go-to. I remember Domino's for a while there. They had a Philly cheesesteak pizza. That was actually pretty epic for a Domino's pizza. The only problem drawing is like trying to visualize. You want to try and fit in all elements, and I'll probably, at least I did the initial part small, fairly small, but it still might not all fit together properly. Ham and pineapple pizza, I meant. Yeah, I mean, Hawaiian all the way. Bloody Hawaiians. Sorry, Mrs. Austin. That was a tasty pizza. What pizza? Tropical chicken pizza. No, fair enough. Has that got barbecue sauce as the base? Yeah, I don't know. I am a bit of a sucker for just a cheese pizza. Yeah, a good cheese pizza hits the spot. If you're in a mood for just, cheese sauce and bread. Yeah, I haven't had it for a while. I haven't had pizza for a while. But I quite like the gyros pizzas they do with like the garlic sauce on top. I'm quite partial to that these days. If I'm going to have something a little bit different, bloody Tony coming into the chat, he doesn't even say hello to me, and he just says hello to everyone else. What am I going to do with him? Barbecue sauce. I had a feeling cheese, pineapple, and chicken. Yeah. See, as I'm saying, like I'd probably eat that and like it, but I just wouldn't really. You're very sweet there, Cody. Appreciate it, and I'm only joking. But yeah, I'd eat that, but it just wouldn't be like I wouldn't order that myself. But so when you go to a friend's house and sometimes they're polite and what would you like? And most of the time I'm just like I don't really mind. Sometimes they push you to get what you want. Other times I'm just like yeah, get what you want. And if someone ordered that, I wouldn't be too fussed about it. Yeah. Yeah, that's why just if you do want to try that, just next time you call up or order, a lot of times if you get delivery, a lot of times they have notes or whatever. You could just say, "Can you make the barbecue sauce pizza sauce?" I mean, I don't mind a barbecue pizza. It is fairly sweet and stuff. A lot of those barbecue sauces they use, and it does work well with some combinations. But when you try something like when I changed the Domino's one to pizza sauce, I'm just like, yeah, this is way more nice. So I just always would change it. But yeah, each to their own. Who's the queen, Roger? Hmm. So if you go back to really old Funkin' Hungry videos, they used to have like the crappy the logo that I used to have the crappy one that I drew years ago as the design. I guess I didn't really plan the channel that much, so I just like used an old picture that I did it in TAFE and just colored it all purple and used that as the logo and like just the intro, outro, or whatever. You're wearing your wig again, AI. Who's AI? Hi. Yeah, that's true, Roger. You never know who's lurking. Hello, ladies. No, I'm sure they're all lurking, but too shy to say, or it's probably just, Robbo and Two Aussie Junior and Ron and Liz. They're probably all out on, having Hawaiian pizza and Turkish delight together. Oh, that sounds all right, Cody. As I said, I'm not really a huge Hawaiian pizza fan, but extra pineapple with prawns and onion sounds like a fairly good combo, that. Whoops. Sorry, Paul. Chat keeps on going down. Maybe I'm just lit. But yeah, that sounds like an alright combo. See, I don't mind pineapple on a supreme. I reckon like all those different veggies and all the different flavors complement each other quite well. And I mean, I don't mind Hawaiian, but I feel like a lot of places use really cheap pineapple and really cheap ham. Now, what I wouldn't mind trying is like a decent place that does a Hawaiian, like maybe some real pineapple and put some real pineapple on it and like put it under a grill so it gets a little bit charred and a little bit caramelized. And yeah, like some decent ham. I reckon I'd dig that. But a lot of like just yeah, a lot of Hawaiian pizza just tastes like cardboard with a little bit of those the ham that looks like worms. I hate that ham. Well, hate might be a bit of a strong term, but I don't really enjoy it that much, that worm ham. And it must be really cheap stuff because they pack it on. They're like, oh yeah, gonna pack it on and make it look like I've gave you a lot of ingredients, even though it's the most stingy, crusty, crappy ham. Sounds like a great tasty pizza, it sure does. Yeah, I mean ham and pineapple does the job, it's food. It fills you up. But yeah, and if I was gonna do that, maybe some ham and pineapple even with some chili flakes or something on it, just to give it like a little bit of a but yeah, the prawn and onion sounds all right with it. I must have missed something that Roger said. Uh, these people are crazy in the chat. Yeah, that worm ham. It's on a lot of the frozen pizzas, and then a lot of the a lot of the like local places do it. That's why I tend to sometimes stay away from meat lovers pizzas from local places because they might just jam pack that worm ham. When you look at it, it just looks like a bunch of cooked worms. Oh yeah, Rolfus likes a bit of worm ham on the McCain's. Yeah, I don't know. I used to get frozen pizzas a lot, but these days I just stay away from them because just most of the time they're never decent. Well, there's probably a couple of decent ones, but yeah, who wants to pay for that? If you're paying for a decent frozen pizza, you may as well just get a Domino's pizza. At least they're, fresh. Oh, the dog sounds the dog sounds like he was being sick in the back then. He wasn't, but he sounded like it. I reckon he just rushes around after eating so much that you just yeah. Can you go lie down for a bit? I think he's trying to find those biscuits, but I put them beside me. Yeah, Baker's Delight does some decent stuff. I haven't had it in ages, but like the focaccia type stuff, those pizza Pizza, what up? No, he just found it and he put his face in the bag. Come on, that's enough for a minute. And he does this a lot lately as well. He eats dinner and then all of a sudden wants snacks after. I guess we all get like that sometimes. You know, you have dinner and then you're like, oh, I shared a meme with a fat like crocodile or alligator, and it's like, oh, I just had dinner, but I could do with some sweets, and it's like this little fat little crocodile. That's what he's like lately. Fat crocodile. Only on my pubic area. Oh man, this has turned into the spicy stream, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's good if it's just there. It's kind of like frozen pies. I've never really had a frozen pie. I guess like I don't mind. I don't mind some Villies and Balfour's pies, you know, this and that. But most of the time, you never have most frozen stuff. You don't have go like even frozen chips. They're okay. Most of, as you said, it does the job. It's comfort food. Hairy bear. Who's that hairy bear over there? Yeah, I have them sometimes, but most of the time it's out of convenience or whatever. It's not really stuff that I mean, it's just like if I cook most of the time, I'm cooking for myself and I just don't like just cooking for one person. It's like you either have, you know, like I don't know, half a carrot, half an onion and stuff. So I normally do more. So then I can have like the leftovers the next day or whatever. But then sometimes just, you know, it's like why go through all that effort just to cook for one person? May as well just have some crappy stuff. Uh, an hour? What are you cooking it in the cooking it cooking it in the sun? Yeah, I used to like 4 and 20 pies. To be honest, I probably haven't had them in years. Normally, if I have a pie, I just grab it from like the bakery or whatever. I was going to have a pie the other day when I had on Tuesday when I had those dim sims, which some people probably won't have a clue what I'm on about, but I did share them in a couple of places, basically just Facebook. But yeah, I do remember 4 and 20 is okay, but yeah, you can't beat like a pie that's cooked that day. There's a few good places around here. Then I guess that goes back to the old frozen food and fresh food. I mean, I should really, yeah, pies are like a like if you just want a quick lunch, throw it in the oven. Yeah, I know that I cook in the sun in summertime, Roger. Man. Oh, I do like a footy pie. I mean, like, I reckon Balfour's has some, or it could be Billy's because they're both pretty similar, really. Some of them have some okay crank skis and stuff. I mean, like, oh, what the hell? But geez, I went to YouTube for a reference and it started playing my live. I just realized if anyone watches South Park, you know the PC principal, I forget what his name is, but that's all I remember him as. Who was he? And this picture looks like that guy from South Park, the PC principal. If I don't, we should like start putting them up here like this, so anyone that does watch this back knows what's going on. I've actually, I don't reckon I've ever had Brumbies, but loads of people I remember like probably a good 10 years ago now. They used to talk it up and oh, they used to talk it up and say how good it was. Yeah, I mean that is a pretty solid. If you're not super hungry, but you still want, like you still want a couple of items. Like you can't go wrong really with a pie, a donut, a Coke, or whatever. Sometimes if I'm not always in a mood for sweets, so sometimes if I'm feeling a bit greedy, might just get pie, sausage roll, and a drink or whatever. Depends if you're in that savory mood, which I am a lot of times. The chalk ice. Yeah, just I did have like a gristly bit in a Balfour's footy pie, and it did put me off them for like years. But I don't mind that peppery flavour that I'm pretty sure Billy's does a pepper pie, but the footy pie from Balfour's is basically just has that peppery, slightly spicy, peppery flavour to it. Sometimes, yeah, I guess sometimes it's like can be a little bit samey, but it's still. I mean, I don't really watch Family Guy and Simpsons and stuff anymore, but I can still get down with Kitchen of Buns, still get down with South Park. Ugh. Have been of bones lately. Well, it's like the last time I had KFC, it was just it was basically just like that coating on just bones, really. Like, I don't know what's going on with the chickens these days. Maybe they're not growing fast enough. But a lot of times it's like a bag of bones. Yeah, and I mean, I don't hate like Simpsons, Family Guy, and stuff. I don't know, like sometimes if they don't stay relevant, it just, yeah, it wouldn't be those beers, would it, Rolfus? Yeah, I find like South Park stays fairly relevant and up to date with pop culture and like stuff that's happening in the world and stuff. But yeah, it's like I wouldn't mind watching some of The Simpsons just to see what it's like, but it's never been that great these days. And also, there's just I go to watch new Simpsons or Family Guy, and there's just like better options, really. So most of the time, I just go towards that better option. That's like your new go-to, Roger. Talking about you're like Stifler. Pretty sure you've said it like the last few Saturday night streams. Okay, well, like boneless ones, I guess you're on about, or do you just I don't know. Yeah, I mean, with Simpsons, you can't beat those classic episodes that everyone quotes and stuff. Simpsons was very good for its time. Yeah, it's probably been over 10 years since it's really been that amazing. I guess it's just what more can it do, really? Some of the characters are still cool, but I do know like the world being PC has kind of ruined a lot of stuff because like the guy that done Apu's voice and stuff, I'm pretty sure they ended up getting a real Indian to do his voice, which I don't know. I guess everyone would have their own opinion on the situation, but really that's what a voice actor is. And the same happened with Cleveland and Family Guy, I reckon, that they ended up getting a black guy to do it because, all this woke PC stuff, like, or you're taking a black person's job by having a black character that's not voiced by a black person. It's like, that's what a voice actor is, someone who's actually like good with their voice and can do different voices. Mm. Like a lot of those voice actors can do all sorts of different accents and voices, and that's obviously why they have the job and why they're good at doing voice acting. Yeah, I don't watch normal TV anymore, but I do remember around the time of the Olympics, they used to have those Simpsons marathons, when they was on like just on every like just all day was just the Simpsons, and that was pretty good. That was some pretty good times. But yeah, when there wasn't streaming services and if you didn't have Foxtel, or even if you had Foxtel, they did have Simpsons on Fox, obviously, because it's owned by Fox. So, but yeah, you got to love that Simpsons was on different time slots. It'd give you a reason to flick to that channel and watch it. Oh yeah, I mean, The Simpsons definitely is awesome, but it's just yeah, I don't like a lot of stuff that I used to like, or just don't watch lot of stuff. Mainly, a lot of it's YouTube, really, I guess. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's like certain times they used to have the marathons and just it was just Simpsons all the time, just rotating. So at least like, around those times you could just chuck it on and normally we'll have a couple of laughs out of it. What? We had to go through the ghetto just to watch Simpsons. Even though this was before Rolfus's comment, I'm like, what, did Roger have to travel to Launceston as well to watch it? I have no idea what's going on. Never been to Tassie, but one day I will. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to Tasmania. I've always, especially like that, it's not as hot majority of the time as it is here. I kind of like that. You could get a cheeseburger. What do you want about never again? It's awesome here. Got better food places than most of Australia. Probably not. The hell? What, you can't get cheeseburgers in Tasmania? Ah, fair enough, Dexter. Yeah, there you go. We went from Simpsons to cheeseburgers to Tasmania 30 years ago. Yeah, you had to come here just to try the best chips in Australia. Oh, I wasn't even born yet, let, let alone in Australia. Channel 8, bloody Victorians. Who the hell was Larry? Yeah, see, I need to even travel or explore more of South Australia. I've gone to like Manning, York Peninsula, the Adelaide Hills, and various other places, but haven't ventured off into the dark crevices. Ah, our first Macca's opened, hey? I would have been 10 years old. So you were born in South Australia, or around about the time that you would have been one, if I'm wrong, please forgive me. I'm not Asian, so I don't I'm not that good at maths. Oh no, we have the garbage man here. The garbage man can.
Hey!
Hey, what's going on, garbage man?
Oh, not much. Yeah, I'm just chilling, that's all. What about you?
Yeah, well, holidays for you, isn't it?
I got. I'm going back to school Monday, and
Okay.
tomorrow I'm going to do some jobs. That's all tomorrow.
What the garbo jobs?
No, not the Gava jobs. I'm still from school. You remember me from earlier?
Oh, I remember you from earlier.
Yeah.
I can remember stuff. I can't remember stuff as good as I used to, but I can remember you.
Mm.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? You've been enjoying your holidays,
Yeah, kind of. But I'm just hanging out
missing
with
your
my friends.
friends.
That's yeah, miss my friends and all that.
Yeah. Gets a bit like that when you're younger, and then when you get old like me, you're like, ah, who needs friends?
Yeah,
Uh, makes what school worth going to catch up with everyone.
yeah,
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm trying to finish off this picture as I'm chatting to everyone.
oh yeah,
Mm.
What
Yeah,
are
do
you
you reckon
doing
the
it?
school holidays has gone fast?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. I wish it's longer.
Yeah, it was only 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. I get the 6 weeks off end of this term, so yeah.
Yeah, what's that, around December sometime?
Yeah, near Christmas.
Yeah.
What are you doing next week?
Next week, I'll have to do a few reviews. Um, don't know really.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I don't work myself at the moment, and yeah, just I don't know. I'll probably just yeah get back to streaming a couple of days a week. Someone did pay me to do a review, so I don't like to. I try to get them out of the way sort of as quick as I can, just because I don't. I don't know. Like if someone's paying me, I just feel like I should get it done as quick as I can.
Yeah.
Just yeah, and then normally I do a couple of videos a week. Normally I do yeah, try and spread them out, but normally try and have a couple of videos out.
Hmm.
Yeah. Besides that, because I've been sick this week, so I've probably got a lot to catch up on because I just didn't do as much as I normally would do in a week.
Yeah.
Everyone's having a chat in the or right conversation in the chat here.
Oh yeah.
What day's your birthday, Roger? My birthday's bloody 26th of October, so it's coming up.
Mine's already been. It's been the 12th of July.
Ah, nice. Yeah, you probably did, Cody. There you go. Roger's birthday is the same day as Lacey's. Yeah, fair enough there, Paul. Have to get Lacey to join the stream one day.
Yeah.
Sure, old mate would love that.
Do you like daylight
Oh, what to speak?
savings?
Uh, well, because I've been sick this week, but a lot of time I try to walk in the evening, and I prefer to walk at night, just when it's cooler. And I
Mm.
used to start. I was normally would walk around 6 o'clock. Now it doesn't get dark till about 8.
Yeah.
So funny enough, though, when I used to walk around 8, 9 at night when it was daylight savings, like last year. But yeah, then I started
Mm.
walking a bit earlier and stuff. But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, some people made good points when we spoke about it last stream that because it's daylight, or you feel like I guess some people feel like they're probably more safe to go out and do stuff, and just
Mm.
yeah, you can kind of fit more into the day, I guess, in a way. But
Yeah. Well, I don't mind it as well. Just get a bit more light in the day. That's all.
yeah, I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. I'm not a huge fan of when it's really hot. I mean, it
Mm.
hasn't been too bad.
Nah.
hasn't been too bad so far, but
Yeah, we had a gusty storm last few days. It's been terrible.
oh
We
yeah.
had nearly trees falling over and all that.
Yeah, it's been like that a little bit here on and off. Seems like the wind has been quite bad this
Mm.
year in a lot of places, but so we were talking about shows and stuff earlier. Do you like Simpsons and stuff like that, or
Uh, well, The Simpsons are still like quite funny and all that, but I sometimes watch it, sometimes I don't.
what sort of stuff do you like?
Oh, just like the stuff just like Halloween, Christmas movies and all that.
Okay, you like funny sort of ones, or
Yeah, I do. Have you seen the Home Alone?
Home Alone? Yeah, is excellent.
Yeah, that one's alright.
Yeah, they had a couple of films that were good for Home Alone.
Yeah.
So do you watch them around Christmas time, or don't mind watching them any time at all?
Don't watch them. I don't mind watching them at any time at all.
Yeah, some people get into the Christmas spirit and start watching Christmas stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Gremlins is a good film to watch around Christmas as well. You seen the
Yeah.
Gremlins movies?
Or The Grinch.
Yeah, good old Jim Carrey. Hey, what's going on, AJ? Get in there with this. Get in there with this picture. Oh, we have a choo choo, choo choo. Oh no, this is another brain buster that he's got for me. We have another guest, everyone. Welcome, Mark. How are
G'day.
you?
I'm doing
G'day.
well. Yourself? G'day, mate.
Oh, I did have a little bit of a crappy week, literally. Was on the toilet a
Oh,
few too many times.
oh no. Did you get the man flu? Did you?
I don't know what it was. It was funny. I went to the doctor's on Tuesday, and that night slash Wednesday morning, I was sick. But I went to the doctor just to get scripts and stuff. I wasn't actually going there because I was sick, but seemed to be like a flu gastro type situation going on.
Oh, oh no.
That's still lingering. But yeah, besides that, not too bad. I guess it gave me an excuse to sleep. But it's funny, like you sleep a lot because you're kind of feeling crap, and then
Mm,
when you start feeling a bit better, you have so much energy because you've just been sleeping. So it's like last night, I just couldn't sleep, or just you know, you kind of get over laying around after a while. But
G'day, Roger and
yeah,
Paul.
everyone's going off that you're here. Everyone's getting excited.
Just,
They get
just.
more excited about the guest than they get about me.
Yeah, well,
That's all right, though.
we bring up these different subjects, so that's why they get a bit excited.
Yeah.
So, what are you
What
working on,
subject would
Chief?
you be? I
Oh
can't show
well.
you until it's done.
Okay. Well,
That,
just
that
have a
that's
look at.
how it that's how it's been. I've show it once I've done it.
So just have a look at my name and my little thing below it. Of course, it has to do with one of my interests.
What gravity?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, life sucks. They call it gravity.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
thought, was that what is that what a hooker's name is? Wouldn't mind meeting her.
Hmm.
Well,
Um,
there's probably one or two out there, I'm sure.
oh yeah, with some funky names.
Hmm. Hmm. No, there's a book out there. I've heard this gentleman talked about before, Thomas Townsend Brown. He's
Yeah.
uh, he yeah, let's bring up now a lot of these guys, they this book was written by somebody else. I haven't read the book, but it came up in a discussion today on a podcast I was watching, and
Yeah. Right.
so Thomas Townsend Brown is a scientist who discoveries in the realm of relativity and gravity control may be more than the human race can handle. This is quoting the book. So he did a lot of research into gravity or anti-gravity, and it's like everything. All these people come out with these great ideas, or they start researching them, and then suddenly it all goes silent. Especially gravity research, which was really big in the 50s, or anti-gravity.
Yeah.
You know, um, they used to have conferences on gravity, and then suddenly it all went very quiet. So usually when something like that happens, the consensus is that it goes into the black world and we never hear about it again. So when these people report that they're seeing, these especially these black triangle craft floating overhead at odd early hours of the morning, like 3 a.m., and there's no sound
The
or anything like
Doritos.
that. Doritos, yeah, flying Doritos, yeah. So it's certainly interesting. That's for sure. There's certainly
Well,
plenty of rabbit holes
it's,
you can
it's,
go down.
I do like myself a couple of rabbit holes. I sure do. I watched 3 episodes of that Encounters now today
Mm-hmm.
while I was painting and stuff.
What'd you think?
And the second, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's done well. It's about so far, especially the one in Africa. But there are definitely stories. There's definitely stories I've heard about.
Hmm.
The one that's interesting. Well, I liked them all. I liked how the one where it's based in Africa, the situation that happened. I like how a lot of the children are adults now. Haven't seen a, haven't seen a lot of them speaking from their perspective as adults, but I have seen the interviews they've done when they was a kid.
Yeah.
So I've seen that footage and stuff before. But yeah, it's funny that you popped on tonight because I reckon we'll have to try and even maybe have Nick or something if but try and organize a time when we're all available and maybe do a live stream or whatever and because I know you said Mick was watching some of it, and we could either go over that, and obviously we can go on onto different topics, or we don't have to obviously stick to just a documentary. But yeah, it was all sort of fresh in my mind, and the one that's I didn't continue the one that's based in like Japan because it was mainly subtitles, and because I was painting and stuff, had to keep
Mm.
on pausing or just looking back up at the screen to see what they were saying.
I
So
would.
that's why I liked. Yeah,
Sorry, I was just going to say I would go back and watch that again because that opened my eyes to some things. Well, actually,
which one?
even
The Japanese one?
yeah, well,
Yeah,
even though
that's I haven't watched all of that one. I ended up stopping it because I wanted to give it my full attention. But when I was painting, it's like a lot of times I'm looking at what I'm doing. So that's why it's good to have. I'll have. I'll be watching it, but then a lot of times you can just, when it's something like that, you can just hear it. You don't need to obviously see every little bit. And then I'd obviously watch when they sort of they go through with the actors and try to visually show you what's happening. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. As I said, a lot of it's kind of stories if you're interested in that stuff that you kind of know about. But yeah, I mean, I have heard and looked into the Japanese one a bit. How they were saying when the earthquakes and stuff was happening, that they was getting a lot of activity around that time.
mm,
I was definitely interested to see what the eyewitnesses have to say about it, because sometimes you might be reading about this stuff, you might come across articles and whatnot, so you're reading. It's always good just to hear it from the people that have actually seen it. Like I liked the monk who said that he saw it around the temple, the
hmm
ship pop up. And yeah, I really enjoyed that story that he was telling.
yeah, even though like I said, I've known about some of these cases. I've looked into it a little bit, nothing major, like some people do. Um,
Yeah,
there were still new things in there, like especially the case
yeah, yeah,
about the one in rural Zimbabwe about the school kids. Um, the headmistress said that the
yeah.
aliens came back another three
Yeah,
times and said, "Do you want to come with us?" I've never seen that
that.
covered or talked about in a long time. Like in everyone who's covered that.
So I think she only opened up for that documentary, is what I was made to believe. Because, like you, I heard the interviews that the kids were saying, and from there, and I liked hearing it or had them as adults now. But yeah, that sort of blew me away definitely a bit. And as you said, there's definitely in every story there's some more information. I like the one in Wales as well. Like I've seen yet again, I've seen the kids saying stuff, but now they're coming back as adults, like 30 years later or whatever,
Yep,
even
yep.
more than that, and they're all retelling their stories. And yeah, it's really cool to see. Sometimes when I guess you look into this stuff, sometimes the story sticks with you, but you almost don't, like, you remember the story, but you almost don't remember the people. And it's just really good to see that some of them are obviously doing well in a way. Like, obviously, that stuff is stuck with them, but it's nice to see that, like, it's like seeing.
You broke up there, G. No, you gone silent, mate.
Yeah, no, my headset just cut out.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my camera turned off, and my headset turned off. Funny enough, as I've said to you before, it always happens when I'm talking about this stuff. Like, it always happens. But yeah, it's like seeing old friends, like, that you feel like you know them from their experiences, but seeing them again, it's like, oh, that's that woman or that man, and I saw them when I was a kid last time. But yeah,
Yeah,
the head mistress one definitely did make me go what when she said that they rocked up at her
mm,
house and stuff. So
yeah,
that one was definitely interesting. So as you said, there's stuff that if you've looked into before you know, but there's these little pieces. So it's definitely good to watch it even if you feel like you know it all or seen
yeah,
it all, because there will be little bits in that documentary that just yeah definitely is worth watching. And even if even if it didn't have a little bit of a fresh, like it was just done very well. I even like the intro music to the when it starts up. Just I liked the music, I liked the pacing, I liked just the way the interviews or just the whole yeah it was done very well. So yeah, it's definitely been enjoyable so far, and that's why I just ended up smashing it all out really, because you know it's just and as I said, when I'm painting, it's good to have that background noise, but something to engage with. But yeah, very enjoyable. And for anyone that's watching, that's interested in like aliens, UFOs, whatever you want to call it, is Encounters on Netflix.
yep. Um,
Yeah, give it a go.
yeah, it's definitely well done. And you got to look at the main company who's behind it, and that's Amberlin. Now, for those of you that know your movies, that's Steven Spielberg's production company, and he's been a long time um, proponent. You know, he's done a lot of stuff with UFOs and various things like that. So it's certainly that's where they get the production quality from. That's why they've managed to be able to, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah,
knock it out of the park. It's just yeah,
yeah, very well done.
yeah. AJ, that's fair enough, man. I understand, and there's plenty of other things to look into. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, what I've always found quite interesting, they do touch on in the documentary, is who's to say that these aliens, as people know it as, it's like a term that to me is like I don't know, seems like it almost a little bit of a racist term in my mind. Like I didn't like using it for so long, but yeah, who's to say that they're not of this planet anyway? Because the ocean is just there's so much land mass, and the ocean is even more that we haven't explored, or even if we have explored, we're not going to be told, you know, all the right information anyway. So who's to know that? But we haven't explored everything that's here, let alone outside of this planet. And you know, like these ships or whatever could be coming from within the planet. I mean, we have the Earth's core as well as the ocean, and who's to say that there isn't ways to get in and out of that, like the layers of the Earth?
Mm, mm, yeah, and you know, when you look at Roger just brought up there's cases of USO or what is it unidentified submersible object. You know
Yeah,
what they're saying now is that these vehicles can they're transmedium, so they can go from outer space into our atmosphere and into the ocean without slowing down, without any problems. You know, and
yeah,
there's
definitely.
plenty of reports on those, and there's a retired admiral from the U.S. Navy. He was in charge of oceanography or something like that, and he's done a few podcasts, and he talks about things that he's come across. Of course, he doesn't let out any classified information, but when
Yeah,
the way he talks about it, it's it's pretty interesting what he's seen and things like that.
How's your drawing there, G?
Yeah, it's getting closer to being shown. I'm just kind of cleaning it up, really. I could add more to it, but I think sometimes keeping it simple of just the message or whatever I'm trying to get across.
Could you paint it?
Could I paint it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some canvases before. I did go to TAFE for a year or whatever. I did a visual art course, which is like less computer stuff, so it's more like drawing and painting and stuff. So I haven't really painted. I mean, I paint miniatures like this, like I was saying, I was painting earlier. So I do paint, but I haven't painted like on paper or canvas or whatever you want to call it for a while.
Hmm.
But I
Alright.
mean, I have wanted to get back into drawing or painting on canvas and stuff a bit more. But yeah, I mean, I have YouTube and just paint and just other stuff in life. So it does get a little bit hectic sometimes. But there, this was an idea that I thought might be funny for some merch or just, yeah, whatever I might do with it. But I guess this is the first time kind of showing this idea. What days do your bins get collected there, Garbo Dexter?
That's mine's every Thursdays. That I got 3, so they get collected. I put the yellow and red one out on the following Thursday, and the red and green one on every. They're swapping every week, so it's going to be red on one week and yellow, and
Yeah,
another week red and green on another week. So yeah.
yeah. So they do recycling one week, and then they do like the garden and green bin
Yeah,
the
with the
next
red
week.
too.
Ours
Yeah,
we put ours
uh,
out on Tuesday and gets sorted on Wednesday. Gets picked up on Wednesday.
oh yeah. So my garbage goes out every week.
Yeah, it's funny what AJ mentioned about there's not much we can do about it, but to be honest, I think that the Schumans, the evil Schumans and stuff are like a lot more to worry about. It's like a lot of times these aliens are trying to warn us of stuff that humanity is doing, like nukes and destroying the planet. It's like it's almost like they're here. I have heard like the Anunnaki and stuff like that was here for gold, and then Earth is full of resources. So who knows? They could be here for different resources. I mean, I'm pretty sure only humans really want to oil these days. I'm pretty sure oil's a bit of an old
Mm.
resource, really. Only George W. Bush and his family really seem to want to be involved with. But yeah, a lot of times if you look into sightings, encounters, or whatever, it's a lot of time they're trying to warn humans to, clean up our act. And I found it very interesting that they were talking about technology in that documentary. They were talking about that technology is, like to back off it a bit,
Yeah,
that it's getting a bit out of hand and stuff, which very much is how I've been feeling lately with just how technology is becoming, it's not really helping us anymore in a lot of ways. It seems to be going against us in a lot of ways, and just how
yeah,
closed off and how we're not really, how we're sort of losing ourselves in technology a lot. And obviously we might be getting clean technology in certain ways, like it might be a bit more environmental friendly, some technology. But yeah, I found that very interesting, and it's just a lot of cases that it seems like aliens are trying to do the right thing by us. If you look into like they tried to connect it to earthquakes and stuff, that it shows ships or it shows aliens or whatever involved in that. And sometimes media tries to put a negative spin on that, like, oh, maybe they're the ones causing it. But if you look into it, it seems like a lot of times they were trying to warn of these natural disasters and stuff before it was happening. And a lot of those natural disasters are coming from, they're coming from humans anyway, our interference with nature or the planet, and that's what's actually causing a lot of the destruction on this planet. So I found that quite interesting, and it's kind of aligned up with a lot of my beliefs, I guess. You know, like
Mm.
how I view a lot of this stuff. That, and of course, media always tries to put that negative, or you know, maybe aliens are causing this, or it's just, yeah, it's like, no, humans and the greedy people that can control the government tend to be the ones that are behind a lot of the evil stuff that happens to humanity. Really,
Yeah,
it's easy to have like a scapegoat and blame anything but ourselves. Really,
that's it. We're taught that you know we're not responsible or something. It's somebody else's fault or something. It's just crazy.
I guess even as kids, like, you know, like, and I mean, I'm not perfect. It happens, but you know, when you're a kid and you like blame the other kid because you don't want to get in trouble, it's like, oh, he did it, no, she did it, type stuff. It's like we've learned that kind of
Mm.
that from a young age. So it's just, of course, the government or whatever is going to, oh, we didn't know what we were doing, they did it, or blame a different government, like blame a different country, or China did it, no, America did it, or aliens did it. We'll blame the aliens because they're not here to say no, we didn't. So yeah, just
Yeah, that truck there
very
in that
interesting.
photo, I'm in there now. That's the garbage that collects the garbage.
Okay.
And also, I'm interested in trains. I'm interested in
Well,
steam trains, coal trains, and electric trains.
well, you know
Cool.
what? You know Mark down here. Have you really spoke to Mark down there?
No, this is
Uh,
the first time I've
nah.
been chatting.
Because Mark is very much into that stuff, Dexter. So
Oh yeah.
if you want if you want to ask or talk about it, go ahead because I'm sure he knows a lot more about it than I do. Well, I
Have
definitely
you
know he
drive
does.
have you drive a train yet?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
I've driven several.
several. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Have you drive a steam train or a coal
Yep,
train?
yep.
Wow.
Steam train. Yep, yep. Sure did. Haven't done for a while, but anyway, I used to.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. What sort of steam trains are you into?
Oh, just like big, 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 big giant steam trains and
Yeah,
colourful
no.
Bigger,
ones.
better, right?
Yeah, no. I only drove small ones, so narrow gauge locomotives, all ex sugarcane locomotives.
Yeah.
Hey, Gibbo. Well, you'll have to share your channel, Mark.
Yeah, just go on YouTube. Go look up Steam Train Mark. That's my YouTube channel, and you'll see some of the stuff I muck around with. I've done. I'm involved with steam traction engines, and at the moment I'm restoring a steam roller here at home. So that
Mhm.
steam roller was built in 1926, and yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
I can. I will. I'll share a photo. Hang on a second.
Are you still interested in driving in one?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just don't do it anymore. But
that's a
I
shame.
used to do it as a job. I used to work at Dreamworld theme park on the Gold Coast. They had steam locomotives there, and I used to drive down there. And I'm involved with a rowing museum near me that used to operate steam. They don't now. They don't have any steam running. And, let me just find a photo here. Any particular railways you're interested in? Is it like is it New South Wales or Queensland or some other state?
I'm just interested in New South Wales.
Yep. You're lucky because you guys have got some really good stuff down there.
Yeah.
Very, very jealous of what happens down there. Unfortunately, up here in Queensland, it's a little bit. We do stuff, but nothing like you guys do in New South. That's if you're in New South Wales.
Yeah.
There it is. So just let me. So I'll share. I'm just going to share my screen. Gee, you might have to give me the okay to do that. Oops.
Yeah, in April there's a Steam Fest. Sometimes I go down there and see the steam train go by and all that. Well, maybe next April I might go on one next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
If I book it early, because it gets booked like it's booked out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's the steamroller I'm working on at the moment. So that's when it sat in a park. It sat in the park for 50 years. So
Wow.
I've got a lot of work to do on it. At the moment, it's all pulled apart in pieces. I've got bits all over the place.
You probably have to repaint it, probably.
Oh yeah, definitely repaint it. I've got other work to do to it as well. There's some parts I've got to make for it. Some parts got stolen off it or missing many years ago. So I've managed to recover some of those, and which has been good because they're major components. And excuse me. Yeah, so that's my project at the moment.
Wow.
Oh no, good. Probably just lurking in the background here. Who
Who's
is it,
that?
everyone? Oh no. Well, I guess I'll let him introduce himself.
Oh, hang on. Maybe. Oh no. Hell no.
Everyone,
Hang on.
who do we have here tonight?
Hey.
Oh, geez, I
There's
thought you were
many.
referring to someone else.
Oh no, I don't think that person would show up. Not after what I said to him.
Oh, righto. When was this?
Who are you referring to?
Oh,
Not
yeah,
the vlogger.
Was it just recently?
You mean the blogger or?
Oh yeah, whoever.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Whoever.
I think
I don't think too Aussie or the vlogger or various other people are going to rock up. But introduce yourself. What business are you running today?
Oh, this is right. Well, I've got a copyrighted the business. It's called Guzman is Gomez, and what I said.
What's this sort of? What do you sell or?
Well, very similar to the actual restaurant. I sell instead of selling burritos, I sell burritos, which is like a burrito pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So and very spicy as well.
When I
And what
said
I've done,
Gomez, I thought of the Adams family.
and what I've done is I've possibly spelt it wrong.
I reckon so.
So it just shows how much of a dickhead I actually am.
Oh, no.
No, but I'm actually
No,
dyslexic.
you did spell it right actually. You put is Gomez.
Yeah, no,
Like
that's right.
Guzmany or whatever I don't know. I don't even know how they say it. I've never actually been, but lucky I don't have a
No,
food channel, otherwise people might wonder why.
no, I meant to do the is bit
Yeah,
because I'm
that's all right
both.
then. Nah, you're all good to go then. No, that's just my weird head going to the Adams family. That's nothing on you. That's just me and my pop culture references.
Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to go and change my name again, am I?
Once once you do it, you're not allowed to. Now you can do what you want within reason.
All right. Oh, it's
You can
gonna be a
change
good
it.
night. It's gonna be a good night. I'll see you soon.
Right.
He's
He'll be
gone.
back,
He's
I
out.
guess.
Gone.
Yeah.
He does realise that he can just change it when he was still alive. But I guess he needs that dramatic effect. He needs to come back and scare Mark not knowing who it's going to be. And hey, Christo, what's going on?
Yeah, I thought it was someone completely different the way you're going on.
Well, technically is because every time that individual comes on live, he's always a different person. Well, business as it seems the last few streams, he was a lawn mowing business last time.
Hasn't
Yeah,
he?
sure was.
Hasn't he been Red Rooster as well? Oh, that was somewhere
Yeah, he
else. I was
has.
a different life. Yeah.
Yeah, that was somewhere else, but he has. All right. Oh, I guess I'll let him have his. I'll let him have his little moment. Here we go. Uh,
Here he
how's
comes.
touring been going for you, mate? How's you got any new songs for us?
Well, you're not gonna believe it. I've actually had a bit of a rough tour.
Oh, okay, right. Well, I have to say, you look really good with a beard.
I've
I
had a
have
bit
to
of a.
say, don't take this the wrong way, but you look rather sexy with the beard. I think it's
I've
like
been.
you know.
I've been trying. Yeah, I've been trying. It's a new beard look that I'm going for because you know how Ed Sheeran's English. How's my English accent? Is it okay or does it need a bit of work?
Oh, well, it was terrible up until then. You sounded
Yeah.
like he was a little bit more Australian until the last few seconds, but
So what's it
yeah,
like
not
going
too
into
bad.
some strange Sheila's place and starting to play the piano and singing a song? What's that like? How often do you do that?
Well, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, mate, if Russell Brand didn't stuff it up for everyone, it'd be a lot easier.
What did Russell Brand do now?
Oh, you just can't go into women's houses and start playing the piano anymore. It's a little bit strange.
Well,
Playing the
he's been
piano.
demonetized. He's been
What about
demonetized on YouTube.
Oh, nice. What about playing the fiddle there, Sharon, Mr. Ed?
Well, yeah, once I did play a fiddle in an Irish band and I fell in love with an Englishman.
Oh, okay. What I find awesome is you. Is it true that you've got a pub on your on your estate, your building, your? No, I've heard that on your mansion or whatever you own that you have your own pub.
I do have
I
my
was
own
pretty
pub, and
impressed
it's
when I
not.
heard that.
I do have my own pub, and it's not the only pub I have on either of my properties, actually.
Wow. Well, you have two pubs on the one property.
Four.
Well, so you can like drink. Oh, four. So you can drink and then you can go to another one, drink, and I guess it gives you a little bit of exercise, a little bit of something to do in between drinks.
Well,
That's genius.
I actually have a bar on a bar
Oh,
in a
Mm.
bar.
what,
So
a
it's 4
chocolate bar?
bars in one bar.
So it's like a bar on top of a bar. So I guess
On top of
when
on top of a bar.
you're on the
Now you're
that's
getting it,
raising the
G.
bar, right?
Now you're getting it, mate. It's great to see. Great to see. I got a bar on top of a bar in the bar at the bar.
So when you had the one bar, you had to raise the bar and get a second bar.
And then bar after that bar.
Yeah.
And then by the time you have the fourth bar, it sounds like bar black sheep because you're saying bar
Bar,
that
bar,
many
black
times.
sheep.
Bar, bar, bar.
Have you any wool, G? Have you any wool? That's the question we're gonna ask here, mate.
Yeah, haven't
Oh
had action in
dear.
a while there, Ed. Haven't had much action, so yeah, plenty of wool down there at the moment. I've done some spring cleaning, but not where it counts, if you know what I mean.
How are you going, Sammy?
Who's Sammy?
Yeah, who's that?
With the, I mean, with the guy in the orange shirt. I don't know what's your name, but what's your name?
Oh, that's Ed. Haven't you heard of Ed Sheeran, Dexter?
I'm the real Ed Sheeran, mate.
Hey, Ed,
He's
one
an
of your photos looks like you look like Fuzzy Bear in one of your photos on when you do a search for you.
Yeah, I
He
do. I
sounds like
do
Fuzzy
get
Bear
that a
most of the
lot.
time.
I do get that a lot. Actually, I do look like Fuzzy Bear. Some people say I look like the old children's character Grug as well. I get Grug quite often.
Well, I kind of had the Elmo vibes a little bit myself. Was that a little bit
Elmo.
too red?
Should we all
You know,
sing the
Sesame
Elmo?
Street.
Should we all sing the Elmo theme song to Elmo's World?
Yeah, why not?
Well,
Well, G,
I don't know the words, but I'll just pretend I do. Continue.
G can start.
Elmo World song.
Elmo World. Elmo World.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Someone needs to be put in front of Simon Cowell.
I think you're doing a good enough job there, Ed.
Thank you. So
Actually, one of your younger photos there, you look like Boris Johnson.
I again I get that a lot. Oh yeah, Boris Johnson. Yeah, big fan. So G, tell me, why do they call you G? Do they call you G after the G string on a guitar, mate?
No, G-spot. Because I'm hard to find by some, but when you find it, you have a great old time. That's what they say about me.
Well, you're not going to believe it, but I've
Not
never
for everyone, but if
actually
you
had
get there,
I've never actually had any trouble strumming a G.
well, I wouldn't expect any less from you, Ed.
You know, you can't be a 14-time Grammy Award winner and not know how to find a G. I'm just saying.
Is that why you ran Snoop Dogg so much these days? A G.
I think my nickname should be Dino Dex because everyone at school call me Dino Dex, of course.
Very cool. You know what I like? Dex? I like Dino Nuggets. Do you like Dino Nuggets?
Yeah, I do like Dino Nuggets. They're good.
Oh, they're very yummy.
Yeah.
I had them with my nephew a few weeks back for dinner.
Oh yeah.
They were quite delicious. So
They are very tasty.
Yeah.
Oh well, I can't hold that for too much longer. Fuck, that was starting to hurt a bit. Oh, might have to
I
go
was
get
wondering how long you could go for.
Oh God.
a... Might have to go get a drink of water.
Where's that lazy bloke? Mick on wheels. Where's he tonight? Is he another gig? Probably gigging.
gigging somewhere. Yeah, I think he's gigging somewhere actually.
Yeah. I think he said he was somewhere.
He went to a gig last night, and the venue didn't have wheelchair access, so he made a video of him climbing up some stairs, which I thought was pretty brave of him.
Really?
Yeah. He because I wasn't sure whether he'd cop a bit of flack for it. So. But he said in 2023, it's probably important that they put wheelchair access in most venues, which I tend to agree with him a little bit.
Yeah, right. So he put that on his page, did he?
I think on his personal page.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen it. I'll have to have a look.
Oh, maybe he hasn't posted it yet. He sent it to me in Messenger. Do you have him on?
Yeah.
Do you have him on Messenger as well, Mark?
Yeah, sure do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He sent a pretty lengthy. It was a pretty lengthy write up. So, ask him about it. I was stirring him up because he was with his cousin. His cousin's quite attractive, and I said, "Wow, your support work is pretty hot."
So how you going, Ed?
How am I going?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty tired tonight, actually, mate.
Oh yeah. Were you on the Power FM again?
No, I was on our sister station today, so I worked on 2NM today.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm on Power FM tomorrow from 12 o'clock, 12 till 2.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going back to school on Monday, so I might catch you up again one day again and tell you about school's going and all that.
Yeah, nice one, man. Nice one.
So yeah,
How's your school holidays going?
Pardon?
How's your school holidays going, mate?
Oh, it's been quick actually, very quick.
Yeah, I'm going away in 3 weeks, and I can't bloody wait.
Oh yeah.
I'm hanging for a holiday.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, I have done a bit of research, mate. Don't get too worried, but I think I've found the hotel I'm going to stay at.
You're going to get that luxury one like Mick does?
Where's that at?
Oh, it's on South Bank in Brisbane. It's like this really luxury place that he gets to stay at when he does gigs for that mob that he does work for.
I might look into it because I do want to go to Brisbane for a night, like because I'll be there for 7 days. So
yeah,
I do want to go to Brisbane for a night. Because do they still have the casino in Brisbane?
Yeah, sure do.
It's run by the Star now, though, isn't it? It's,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a member of the Star in Sydney and the Gold Coast. Just because going back to my poker days, and I've got all these points that I can use. So if they do accommodation in the Star in Brisbane, I might use my points.
Yeah, I'd look into it. There's certainly plenty of options out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, so no shortage of places to stay.
I don't even know where I'm staying in the Gold Coast, actually.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to go now. It's getting a bit late. Catches up another time.
Yeah, mate. Have a good one.
Take care, man.
No
Alright.
worries.
Cheers.
Jack. Have a good one, bro.
See ya.
Catch you around.
What you guys on live tomorrow or?
Probably not till Monday.
Okay.
Will be the next one, I
I'll
reckon.
I'll catch you up, Ed Sheeran.
No worries, mate. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about school going and all that.
No worries, mate. Have a
Alright.
good one, bro.
See ya.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
See what I mean, Mark? They only come on for other people. Can I bring? I was a little. I wasn't involved in the conversation there, Sammy, and you was mentioning Mick climbing up stairs and stuff. I think I saw another video of him the other day as well. Very heroic that he done. He he went through McDonald's drive-through. Oh
Oh,
no, that was some other twat.
no, that was me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just when you was
fuck,
telling the story about Mick and you, I'm just reminding you of you went through McDonald's drive-through in your wheelchair.
oh. On my scooter.
Oh, it's on your scooter.
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
I've got an electric scooter that
Mo-
attaches to the
mobility, mobility one.
to the front of my chair, and I said to well, it was probably about 1:45 yesterday. This morning, actually 1:45 this morning, and I just wrapped up at the pub. I was at a mate's wedding anniversary, and I've just wrapped up at the pub and finished at this party, and I go, geez, I could do with a bit of tucker. And so I ring McDonald's and I go, are you guys still open? They're like, oh yeah, we're open in drive-through. I said, this is going to be fucking hilarious. So I've gone up to the drive-through speaker with my scooter, rang my bell, and I'm going, oh, can I get a large quarter pounder meal?
Rang your bell.
Yeah, on my scooter.
Rang your bell.
On my
And
scooter,
actually
yeah.
heard it, did they?
And so I've rang my bell, and then I've gone, oh, can I get a large quarter pounder meal with a large hot chocolate? And they go, yeah, drive through. I said, no worries, fling, fling, and I plugged the bell, and off I went. And then I've got up to the window. I go, how you going tonight, guys? And the bloke literally, without a second thought, just goes, oh, for fuck's sake, Sammy. He goes,
So it wouldn't be of your first time, eh?
he goes, mate, the lengths you go to. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, he goes, there's going to be about a 10-minute wait. And he goes, I'm not going to let you park in the waiting bay. I said, oh, that's discrimination.
Sammy, did he tell you to take a seat or?
And I said, oh, and he goes, no, he goes, I'll put the order through, because I put the order through, and he goes, I'll put the order through, and you'll have to go and sit up at the back door of McDonald's, and we'll bring it out to you. And then so they brought it out to me, and I said, oh fuck, I got my hands full. How am I going to ride home? And he goes, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So he reopened the restaurant, turned the lights on in the restaurant, and let me eat my meal. And then I left at about 1:45.
Sammy, what are we going to do with you?
What an eventful night. But I do wish I filmed it, because it was fucking hilarious.
You did film it, you twat. That's how I knew about it.
No, but that was
You wanted to film? Yeah, you should have done a food review for me. I could have put it up on Funkin' Hungry. You could have went through, got your meal, sat down and ate it.
That was the live video I did afterwards. I was so drunk. I probably shouldn't have even been riding the scooter, to be honest.
Shouldn't have been in charge of a wheelchair.
No. Drink driving's illegal. Not in Muswellbrook, though. It's just frowned upon.
It's what?
Not in Muswellbrook, though. It's just frowned upon. Oh,
What's Paul doing all over my Facebook? You should be in the bloody live chat. Paul, are you here? I'm just getting all these notifications from him, so I've just given him shit.
Interesting.
So how was your meal?
oh, the quarter pounder and hot chocolate. Yeah, it was pretty good actually. You know when you have McDonald's and you're pissed, because usually McDonald's tastes pretty average, right? But when you have McDonald's when you're pissed, you know when it's just like you can't shovel it in quick enough. It's like
No, that's just used that me. No, it does hit the spot. I mean, when you're drunk, the most disgusting food has its charm.
the only thing we
Even what
are.
was it? What was it the other day? Microwaved fucking. What did you have?
Oh, the baked beans
Microwaved eggs.
the, the baked beans and scrambled eggs. Yeah, they were lovely.
Yeah.
I just got a little bit of wicked heartburn after that.
Oh, yeah.
So I always need a bit of Gaviscon on standby.
Oh, yeah, it's nothing like a bit of that stuff.
Yeah. Does anyone else suffer with heartburn?
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
yeah,
was.
because a lot of times I push myself and have this really spicy stuff food, and it doesn't always agree with me. But I like the flavor, and I like to push my tolerance. But
Yeah.
then, if I have it too late, sometimes I'm laying there, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like shit.
How is your chili tolerance, Jay?
Oh, yeah, pretty good, really.
So how would you go eating a box of the spiciest chips on stream?
I've already done that.
Oh, so it was just a copycat move.
Oh, yeah, of course. Where do you think
Yeah,
people
right.
were getting their ideas from?
Oh.
And I had those hot noodles. If you saw him eat these hot noodles, I had 2 packs because there was a challenge going around before I really was into YouTube, and it was to see who can eat the ×3 Samyang noodles the fastest. I ended up eating them in less than 35 seconds for a packet, and then
Yeah,
I
right.
just for shits and giggles I ate another packet after, but I ate it a bit slower just so I could feel the burn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've done hot challenges. I wouldn't mind doing some more.
I'll my local bakery from where I used to live, they do amazing chili pie, and they with real chilies as well. So I said to the baker, I said, mate, I said you're gonna have to make me up a separate batch because I said the pies that you're serving to the public just don't have a good enough kick. And he goes, oh yeah, right. He goes, that's going to be a bit tough. I'll have to separate baking trays. And I go, oh well, you're better. And he go, and I said, how much for
You
a
better.
for a batch of 24 if you make me some really hot chili pies? He goes, I'll do your whole batch of 24 for $50. And I was like, awesome, because I'll bring them with me. Like I'll just freeze the pies and I'll bring them up with me, and they'll last me a couple of weeks, mate. I tell you what, one lunchtime, I thought to myself, I was a bit hungry, and I was like, I'll have two. I don't know what chilies he put in it, but holy shit! You know when you like bite into something really hot, and then you'll start to cough, and you instantly get the sweats and the hiccups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's what it was like. And then he sent me a message about 2 days later. He's like, "Oh, I hope you enjoyed your pies."
You should have taken them to work and said that you got everyone lunch and just told everyone it was a normal pie.
Fuck. I'd probably get in trouble from PNC if I did that. Yeah, you can't.
True.
Yeah, you can't fuck around at work these days. Too many people take it seriously.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, you should come and work for the company I work for. Nobody takes it seriously.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, seriously. Like, there's some fucking prudish people that I work with. They just, they don't know how to take a joke. Don't know how to take a joke. I don't know. You'd think being media personalities, they'd be able to take the piss out of themselves a bit. But
Nah.
yeah, nah, not at all. I said something about. Oh, I probably shouldn't say it on the live stream. Actually,
No, you probably shouldn't.
It's all right. No one watches.
I said something about
You'd be surprised. There's lurkers in the background that like to.
Yeah, if you don't want to say it, don't say it.
Yeah.
Just write it to us in the group chat so we can all.
Yeah, I might do that actually. I might tell you like the last thing I got in trouble for. Like fully got called into the office and everything. Like got called into the office and then my boss was like, if such and such has gone home because you've overstepped the mark, he goes, you won't have a job by this afternoon. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I think Mark's onto something there. That there might be some people that might try and cause issues that could be watching.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Have you had some lurking people? Have you?
Oh, I'm sure there's always people lurking. Take that for granted.
There's all either now or because it's live, they can go back and watch it at some other stage. So.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we can obviously say and do a lot, but yeah, when it comes to stuff like work, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Leave work at work.
I always do that. That's what
it's good to know what you do and things like that, but
yeah,
sometimes some things are just best left alone.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, talk about it, but yeah, when it comes to getting in trouble, that's why we have our private chats or whatever, where we all know that we have each other's backs or whatever.
Yeah.
So should I talk about my time in a strip club then?
Well, you can do that.
I think you've done that a few times, haven't you? But yeah, go for it.
Spoken about the time that I worked in a strip club.
I don't know if you told us you worked there, but you've told us, I don't know, some story about it at some stage. But yeah, go for it.
Did you get some good tips?
I did.
Yeah, they told him that the tip was Mark to keep his bloody hands off.
My
tip number one.
My slogan was if you can't spend it, shelve it. No. Oh, that was a terrible joke.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work it out.
Yeah, no.
While Sammy is trying to collect together his jokes, I might show this little picture I drew for anyone that's still watching that remembers that I was drawing a picture.
Actually, one thing I do want to talk about, serious topic, is G's drawings.
Funk and Hungry versus Too Aussie.
Mate, mate, you're a bloody talent. So, like some of your miniature sculptures that you've put on Facebook and that, I was scrolling through, mate. You're bloody talented.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Sammy.
Oh, mate, I have a appreciation for art, mate.
Yeah, I've always been interested in art since a young age. You know, it'd be like at school, like even if I didn't do my homework, if I just sometimes at lunch or in another class, I'd just quickly draw a picture and always get like an A plus, and then I'd
Yeah, right.
struggle in like English and maths and stuff like that. But yeah, I could basically, fart and pass art just ever since a kid, really. I remember there's a story that my mum told me a few times, so it always stays in my memory that when I got, like most kids, when you get a hold of a permanent marker, I drew all over the wall, and my mum came in. Oh, what have you done? I'm like, oh, it's a monster. And pointed to it. Oh, I drew a monster. And she's like, oh well, I don't think your dad's going to be very happy that you drew a monster when he comes home. But I just one of those people that just was always into it, always drawing my own characters, comics and
Hmm.
stuff when I was little. And, unfortunately, when I started getting into my 20s and started getting more depressed, I lost a lot of my creative side. I don't know. It was sort of a fair because I used to draw a lot. Like one of those people, if I'm bored, just sit around sketching and drawing. But yeah, when I started getting more depressed, I found that it was like blocked that creative side. Like I would draw a little bit and just not like what I was doing.
So, did you come
So
over from?
I've been from
Did you,
UK.
yeah, did you come over from the UK when you were an adult, or
No,
did
I
you
was
come
about
over?
so yeah. I was in like year 7 when I came over here
Oh, okay.
of school.
Yeah, right. What year did you come over?
I think it was 90. I don't know, 97, 98.
Okay.
As I said,
Yeah.
maths isn't really my strong suit. So
Yeah.
maybe if I could draw you a picture, it'd be better. But yeah,
No, because I saw an interesting article the other day that and I don't know if you're interested in him, but Banksy, I'm a massive fan of Banksy's graffiti art, right? And it's just come out with a story that it looks like they may have unmasked who Banksy is.
yeah, I do know of him. I don't know a great deal because I don't really follow the graffiti. Yeah, hey Becky, I don't really follow the graffiti art that much, but I know people that are really good at it, and I've never really mastered that myself, like just how crisp you can get the lines with a aerosol can. But I respect
Yeah.
it, and people are amazing at it. But yeah, I don't really follow the community that much, but I do know who he is. But I
Yeah,
don't,
right.
and as I say, I have a few friends that are really good, just a few friends here and there that I've came across over the years. But yeah, I did actually see the media saying that they may know who he is. But what do you think that would actually do to him if they find out who he is? Do you think it would actually make it benefit his life or make it worse? Or
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd be a little bit disappointed because, see, this is the thing, right? So, there's worse things in the world. So, art, right? No, I don't agree with tagging and stuff like that. Like, if you're just gonna go and tag your name on a pole because you want to be a hero, I don't agree with that. But if you're making meaningful works of art and making something look better, I
yeah, like there's difference between graffiti art and vandalism. Like
yeah.
vandalism just as Mark got his bloody Tim Tams in his tea.
Oh, can you
But
do
yeah,
the Tim?
where
Mark, can you do the Tim Tam Slam?
we done one together once. That was epic. Like I had a drink and
Oh,
he had We did it together. He dipped in the Monty and ate it on live stream.
I'm so glad we can eat on these live streams.
Oh, you could do, as I said, what you want as long as it's within reason. Like really, just nudity and maybe stuff like racism and stuff is just be a good human, really, but have fun.
What do you mean I'm not
But
allowed to be
yeah,
racist? What do you mean I'm not allowed to be racist?
we're allowed to mention rangers. We're allowed to diss rangers, but that's about it.
Oh, so we're allowed to mention rangers and put shit on disabled people, but anything else off the table.
Yeah, that's it. Well, only one disabled person, not everyone else.
And could you imagine if if another person in a wheelchair come up on stream and they were like, I don't like what you talk about, you're offensive. What would happen then? I don't know if I'd be able to continue.
Well, someone did say once that I was making jokes about myself, but using like a gay reference, but it was about myself, and that person got uncomfortable. It was someone saying about they used to be into seafood, but eventually they went off it. They used to be into meat, but then they got sick of seafood and stuff, and I turned that joke around saying, "Oh, if I ever came out as being gay, I'd use that as a reference. Like I used to be into seafood, but I went off it, and like I said, that would be my coming out story." And that was the joke, but that person got really offended by it. I think that
And Mark,
person may be a closet gay, but we won't really go into that. And as I've said, people can do what they want. I was like paying out myself, not no one else.
Mark's just slowly nailed the Tim Tam Slam in the background. Oh, mate, it's an absolute joy to see people do a Tim Tam Slam. You're not Australian if you can't do the Tim Tam Slam. What was that? Something about seafood? I hate seafood.
I hate seafood, but I like flake. Sounds like a gay reference again.
True.
It's funny how almost anything can be taken and misconstrued these days.
Yeah, especially when, as I said, like people may take that joke and feel like I'm being offensive towards like lesbian, gay, whatever. But it's about myself and just using like obviously seafood and meat as a reference. But yeah, I mean, I've always been into sort of comedy, and I know Sammy is very good at his comedy, and it's just this world with the PC and woke and like the cancel culture. So many comedians being like targeted because of that. Because I remember Kevin Hart was going to host an awards show, but they dragged up like some gay joke or something he'd done like 10, 20 years ago or something like that, and they used that as like a point of him not being able to be a part of that. And he did what a lot of people do with I guess, apologized. But then you'd have some comedians like Dave Chappelle, Ricky Gervais, and stuff that wouldn't apologize. Like they would use that as a platform to try to, say why should they have to apologize? Because at the end of the day, it's humor, and the only time you're offended by humor or jokes or comedy is when it's like something that's personal to you. That's what I always have found funny as well, though. It's sort of like it's ironic that it's funny, but like only time that a joke you go, oh, that joke's a little bit too much, if somehow you've had a personal experience with it, or maybe you just have your own like your morals or your own understanding of that joke. But you'll happily laugh at if it's about someone else, or if it's about a different topic or subject matter that's not anything about you. If it's whatever it may be about I don't know, a black person, and none of us are black, so we have no sort of, we have no attachment to that in a way. But then if it's like, say, a white joke or about Caucasian, then we may get offended. But and then it's just, I find that quite funny that, the humor people won't understand how embarrassing or how it's not funny to the person that's going through it. But then if it's personal to you, it's like, oh, wait a second, that's about me. Should I laugh at this? And that's what is just great about comedy as well. And that's when the whole, oh, you've got to learn to laugh at yourself, or you've got to learn to, just appreciate comedy as the art form it is, or you just, and that's what that, and yeah, I'd probably go maybe a bit too far sometimes with comedy or sarcasm. And I guess I'm not getting paid for it, so maybe I should, not not do it. But I just find that funny. And I mean, being on these live streams, I'm sure everyone can like see that I mean no harm, but if there's a joke there that needs to be said, I can't help myself but say it. Any time that I'll just slip in that joke, even if it's a serious conversation, it like plays in my mind. It just the cogs are turning, and even if someone is having a serious conversation, I might need to just throw in my 2 cents just say it why it's fresh. But yeah, and I'm quite honest about stuff as well, and quite open about stuff. And I've have found through my life that a handful of people enjoy it or appreciate it, and then like the rest of society don't really. But that's just unfortunately who I am. As in, I don't mean no harm, but if people are going to get offended by something like a silly joke, then sometimes I might apologize, but I'm not really apologizing for what I've done. I'm more apologizing that they have taken offense to it, that they have found a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's not going to change who I am. It's just going to, I'm just apologizing just yeah, I guess make them feel better, I guess. Yeah.
It's like, well, everybody's got a different sense of humour, and people find things funny.
Like even that, I don't know if he's been. I think he's been sarcastic, but that's a good. Even if he, I believe he just being funny, but it's just that's what people are like, though.
Is it a he or a she?
Yeah, Becky's a guy.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
Oh, well, you can't assume these days.
Yeah.
You can't
What's
assume
this?
these days.
What's this pronoun business that they're all carrying on about?
I don't know if we should get
I
into
don't know.
it. I don't know if we should get into it here. It's do you understand it, Mark, or not really?
No, that's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah, right. So this
Isn't
is
it
Just give me the simple version.
so basically,
isn't it just a bunch of people got bored during COVID? Had nothing better to do.
I feel like that's what it was. Like that was the but basically now people that are in the transgender space, and we'll call it the transgender space. I really don't want to offend people on this on their journey, because everybody has their own journey in life. But basically, the transgender community don't want to be known as a male or female, because they don't think they're either a male or female, so they want to be known as them or they.
Oh, righto. Okay, I'm with it now. Righto.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and it's confusing. It's very confusing, and you've just got to try and be open-minded about it, I guess, and not be too judgmental about it.
It makes for some pretty good jokes, right?
It does. It really does. It really does. And I
used to associate they or them with like a group of people. Like they don't do that. Like them over there aren't like that, and how are they going? Like
well, for some reason I don't know
normally it's
why, but
associated more than one person.
I don't know why, but my brain just instantly goes to orgy. I'm just like orgy. Yeah, just
Maybe it's because
Just,
maybe it's
just,
because you don't care if it's they or them. You'll have an orgy with any of them.
just go on Twitter. Just go on Twitter or X, whatever you want to. I'll keep calling it Twitter, and have a look at the. How can I put it? There's people on there who put themselves out, and they're naked, they're not wearing any clothes, and they're fully showing themselves to whoever wants to look, and they're both males with female genitalia, and they're females with male genitalia, and they're quite proud of it.
yeah.
And
Where's
I
this
don't
happening?
on
Where
Twitter.
would someone look at this stuff if they? I've just been.
I'll send you some links. You can go look for yourself. It's
Twitter is no wonder Twitter changed its name to X because it is a little bit raunchy over there. Eh? I've come across stuff
and
that I'm like, oh, Facebook and Instagram wouldn't have none of this.
yeah, no, Twitter's pretty good as far as X, and it's even getting better. I think you should start an account over there, G, and start streaming over there.
I started Twitter as as a space where I could not be myself, So I started it as a space where I could be a little bit incognito, and I've and that's been really therapeutic for me because I'm so in the public eye. So it's been really nice. I've met a lot of interesting people, and a lot of people that spend a bit of time in the space. Like I've spoken with a lot of secret agents and stuff like that because they need to stay incognito, and it's been I've had some great conversations.
How do you know they're a secret agent? It's got to be a secret.
Yeah.
To be honest, Sammy, that was just me.
I thought so. No, it was a space that I started to explore about 6 months ago because I really struggled to turn off, and I just wanted to think. So a mate of mine said, "Oh, maybe you should get involved in our Twitter community page," and they worked in the in just in the services, like in government services, and so I went on the journey with them, and that's how I met those people. I didn't just go, "Oh, these people I don't know." It was just through people that my friend knew that introduced me to. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Sorry, I was just being careful with my words because you never know who's like I said, you never know who's actually watching. Didn't want to divulge too much.
There might be like a platform because I don't know. I'd never really meshed well with it, but what I did always like about Twitter is people like Edward Snowden and just like a lot of people that were banned on other social medias had a place there, and I kind of liked that idea in a way that
Yeah,
some platforms were trying to be political and try to ban people or demonetize them, and Twitter always seemed like a place where everyone was welcome. The most scummy bastards were allowed to be there, but then obviously just your average Joe or entertainer. But I don't know, I just never have liked really the layout. I've been too used to YouTube, and because like Twitch and stuff is like huge, and TikTok and stuff, and I've just liked the way YouTube is. And then for the different social medias, I've always enjoyed Facebook. They might change the layouts and the way it is a little bit and the setup, but I think they have a really good way of doing it. Which I mean, I'd open up X as they call it now because it sounds like some brothel or whatever, or some vampire movie. Yeah, see, uh, I mean, it has for you, it has who you're following, it has home, search, friends, notifications. Yeah, see, it still seems like a little bit compact for me, where I like stuff to be a little bit more spread out. That's, but that's probably what some people might like that it's confined and compact.
Well, I've only got 2 followers on X, so I don't actually let people follow me. I just follow what I need to.
Yeah, I just was following just randoms and stuff. No one in particular. No, I don't have no friends and stuff there that I was, kept me on the platform to actually associate. It was more entertainers or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna go to bed because I'm feeling a bit tired, and I wouldn't mind a bit of
Bit of a
sleeping
sleeping, eh?
before I go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Hey, Sammy, when you're on the other station, do you ever get mixed up with when you
Nah, I
no?
used to, but it's like I don't know. It's um, yeah, I used to, but now it's easy. Like it's like literally I can go because there might be days where I work on 5 different because we do a lot of networking stuff. So
Yep.
there might be days where I work on 5 different stations.
Mm.
So yeah, I might sit in the same room all day, but I might be on 5 different stations throughout the day.
Yeah, right.
Just depends what the thing is, and so yeah, you probably stuff up maybe 3. I'd say if I've been very busy on a particular station, I might say it maybe 2 or 3 times, but because it's majority of the time it's like it's all networked. You can go back and fix it up if you make the mistake, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It's like riding a bike. It just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Out
mean,
of
it wouldn't be.
curiosity, have you ever rode a bike?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a 3-wheel bike. Oh, jeez, for years and years, and I used to ride it around all the time. But then I just got busy. I got busy and stopped riding bikes, and then I started to race go karts, and I liked racing go karts more than riding bikes.
Oh, there's all sorts of all you blokes love your bloody go-karts.
Oh mate, no, I do. My
So
go
much
kart was
Mario Kart.
my go kart was my pride. My go kart was my pride and joy. The guy I actually sold it to. I sold it to a go kart track in the place where I used to live, and I rang him the
Oh,
other
very
day.
nice.
I rang him the other day to see if he still had it because I was going to try and sneak in a run while I was on holidays, and 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 yeah, he said come down and take it for a drive. I said sweet.
That's it.
Well, if you're looking to buy one, I know where there's a second-hand one you can buy.
Nah, no, no, no. If I was
That
going to
person
buy
actually selling it, or what are you going to say to rob them?
no, if I was going to
Well,
buy one, I'd buy another brand new one. But I don't actually have space for it. So I used to keep it in the factory, like because I was factory backed by a company called PCR, and so I just used to keep. I used to keep it in their shed. I used to keep it in their shed for, and then when we'd go out and do race meetings and stuff, I'd just take it out like that. Do I have any? Do I have any phone? I don't think I can screen share on my phone.
Yeah, you can.
You know?
You just got to find the right button.
Yeah, you got to find that present one. So it's next to like stop camera and mute. It should be, but yeah, the phone one is spread out a bit different.
Oh, where it
The
says.
phone, the StreamYard on the phone is like Twitter to me. It's all way too compact. I like stuff spread out. All sorts of stuff I like spread out.
Yeah, I don't think I can screen share. I can see comment.
So
I
you have
can see comment
if
settings.
you
Yeah, I think I don't think I can. What I'll do, I'll put a couple of photos in the group chat later.
sweet.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put a couple of photos in the group chat later. Couple of videos of me driving.
Sounds like a good idea.
Straight to the tires and shit.
Oh well, Ed Sheeran. I have to say it was a pleasure and a real experience to talk to you tonight.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's
actually know I'd get so up close and personal. And what I really liked is how that your accent changed after about 10 minutes.
yeah,
Like
it
you
was
can really adapt to the culture, can't you?
yeah, it was
It's
getting
a
actually
talent in
quite
itself.
and now it's even changed again.
You sound a bit like Jamie Oliver.
It was getting a bit hard. It was getting a bit hard to hold the accent down for so long. So I just thought maybe I'll talk in my normal voice for a while. But no, thank you so much for having me, guys. And nah, I can't do it. It hurts too much.
It's like when we years ago when we used to do like prank calls and stuff just to see how
oh
long we could. We used to like you used to be able to do group calls where everyone was on the call, and I used to do this old man voice, and damn, it used to like really stuff up my voice like after a while. But yeah, we used to call up and ask people if they've seen my grandson, but it was like this really like, how you going? How you going? I was just calling up to see if have you seen my grandson? But like you do it for so long, it just like really hurts after a while.
yeah.
It made it more funny in a way that like how difficult it was to do it after a while. But
I used to.
yeah, a lot of people would like laugh and lose it, but some it's really funny when like you feel bad as well after a while, like when people really believe it and they're actually like concerned and stuff.
I used to absolutely nail prank calls when I'd do them. Everyone used to say, "Oh, Sam, can you do a prank call?" And I'd be like, get on the phone and I'd make something up. And there was this one where
Yeah,
it was back when Pink was coming out. I think it was, geez, it was back probably about 2007. I did this one, and Pink was coming out to Australia, and she'd sort of just made it like really big in Australia. Her CD had gone absolutely gangbusters, and
yeah, right.
she was coming to Wollongong for one night only, and so I pretended I was a bloke from a radio station, and I pretended um, that this girl had won tickets, and I will never forget it because I've just gone. Yeah, I've just gone. You're on late nights with Sam, and I got to tell you, mate, you've just won tickets to Pink, and she literally goes, "Oh my god!" Like fully, like just lost it, and then I said,
Did you
"I'm
feel
just going
bad at all?
like fully like she full honestly thought
Did
she
you
was
know?
going to Pink, and I even set it up so my mate would like talk to her and get all the details and stuff. And then she's like got all the details and that. And then they put me back on the phone and I go, I just want to let you know that was a prank call. And she just started bawling her eyes out. But I've
Uh,
never like, oh mate, honestly, the way the reaction, I'll never forget it. I was like, "Are you excited to be going to Pink?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm pumped!" Like, fully like just,
oh yeah.
and I'm going, "Can I get a woo?" And she's like, "Woo!" Like full like, just,
See, that's what I guess I was talking about comedy and stuff before, and just yeah, like you start feeling bad after a while, but also when you're around people that are finding it funny. I mean, I guess the joke's always funny if you're in on it. If you're not in on the joke, it's never funny, you know.
and I had a mate, Bo, back in the day. He was a really good surfer, and he was just on the verge of signing a deal with one of a big surfing magazine company, and I've rang up as a representative from the the world tour of the surfing championship,
Yeah,
and I called myself Jason. And I go, oh, we've seen some of your sick moves in like magazines and stuff, man, and we want to invite you on the world tour. Would you be able to come to Fiji next week? He's like, oh yeah, man, I'd love to come to Fiji. Just like fully like, and I just got him hook, line, and sinker. And I said to him, oh, Bo, it's Sam, mate. He goes, who? I go, it's Sam. You know your friend Sam. He goes, oh, you're a fuck.
who?
He goes, you're a fuckwit. He's like, he goes, you had me going. And I was like, yeah, oh man, I honestly, I had so much fun doing prank calls over the years, but not a
See, Sammy. When I said prank calls, I meant like calling up randoms and trying to like just have a bit of fun. Yours are like mean and cruel, and
lot.
you like pick someone up and just drop them like a carton of eggs.
Do you
You
do them
go.
on the radio at
I
all,
thought,
Sammy?
No, you're not allowed to anymore. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know if you remember, but there was a couple of years ago, a station in Sydney, they made a prank call to, it was when Princess, whatever the princess's name is, Princess Kate.
Diana,
No, it was when
no,
Princess Kate was
not that long ago.
in hospital with her first child. She was having a bit of morning sickness and stuff, and a
Mm.
radio station in Sydney called up the hospital, and
Yeah, but
you
that's
know
the royal family. They're some touchy bastards.
they
Like
got
literally touchy feely.
they got through to the nurse on duty, and unfortunately, tragically, the nurse on duty felt so terrible that she committed suicide,
That's shit.
and yeah,
Over what? I
over the prank call.
really.
Yeah, so and that was a very good friend of mine that it happened to. And she's never been the same ever since. She
Really?
was it was all over. You can go and search it up.
Mm.
I'll give you more details in the group chat. I'm not going to share them here, but
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think I've heard about it.
yeah, yeah. So
yeah, it
um
does sound familiar.
yeah, and so that stopped prank calls on the radio forever. So it's illegal to do prank calls on the radio in Australia now.
Right.
What is the if we were to do them on live, what's the legality of that? Are we allowed to, or I can't remember what the laws of prank calls are.
I think it's a fine line. I mean, I'd love to do it. I'd love to
Yeah,
do it. But
it depends, I guess, what it is. Like, and I guess if we were to do it, we probably wouldn't let Sammy do it because he sounds like he's a mean bastard. Yeah.
you'd have to set it up. So you'd have to
Oh,
have.
just quickly, I think the time I crossed the line is when we did it to the police station. They didn't find it very funny.
What did you do, Jude?
I can't even remember. It was a while ago, but I remember they was talking about knowing who we are or something, or finding out who we are. But uh, it's just because we used to game in like on Xbox Live or whatever, and we used to all talk to each other and just a lot of times the banter and the humour and just having laugh with your friends is more what you're there for than the gaming sometimes. So I don't know why we eventually moved on to. I think at first we would do it to friends, like you'd call up friends and just put on voices and see if they'd catch on to it. Because one friend had this like sort of old lady voice, and he used to say like, "Oh, like a lot of when he started doing it to other people, he'd ask if he's left his glasses there. Oh, I think I left my glasses there. Can you
Well,
go look?" And then sometimes we'd hear them go for like 5 minutes and come back saying, "We can't find your glasses." And you start feeling a bit bad that they're actually doing what you say, but it's just funny. And on a group call, like you can obviously mute when you're laughing your ass off, you can mute the phone. And then as I said, I had that old man, and I can't remember what else I would do, but obviously when it's friends, you try to do in a voice or a personality so they don't know who it is, and you do it
yeah,
and see if they
yeah.
can pick up who it is. But then what everyone gets a laugh out of it, and then you eventually tell your friend, and then you start doing it to other places because you want to see how far like you can stay in character with other people.
Well, looks like we've lost Ed Sheeran. He's gone.
Yeah, he's probably
Oh,
probably.
he's
I don't
back
know.
again.
I was
Oh my
I'm
God.
still
gonna
here.
say
I'm still here. I'm just trying to find that video
went,
for you guys.
probably bloody went to write another song. Just write another album in that time that he was gone.
I'm a hit. I'm a hit
what
maker.
you should do is go looking at the scammer payback. What they're doing with the these these people who ring up and say they're from and I come across one lady. She's a voice artist, a voiceover artist, and she's on YouTube, and she does videos and shorts of scammers calling her phone, and she'll put on these voices,
Yeah,
or she'll say, "Hello,
yeah,
you've reached the Microsoft Fraud Detection Center. By answering this call, you've identified your location precisely." And yeah,
yeah. And I haven't seen him for a while, but so there's one guy that I saw, and he did like an Indian technician voice. He did a few different voices, and I mean, because I like drawing, I've always been interested in cartoons, and I like old school cartoons like Mickey Mouse, and I like old Looney Tunes and just all that sort of stuff. But then I started enjoying as well voice actors because obviously majority of them sound just like normal people, but and then you have all these other people these days because of the internet, they can do all these different voices. It's like some people do like 50 or 100 different voices in one
yeah,
video.
yeah,
Like some people that will do like Bugs Bunny may do different voices. Because I know I forget his name, but the guy that does Fry from Futurama does Bugs Bunny's voice these days as well.
Oh,
I
okay.
forget his name, but yeah, he's the Friar in Futurama. He does Bugs Bunny, and just and obviously, like Simpson, as I mentioned earlier, they have some amazing voice actors, and I'm nothing amazing myself, but sometimes me and my brother used to like do Family Guy voices to each other and stuff like, and yeah, it's like, I guess, anything. If you want to get good at it, you need to do it all the time, and you have the comedians like Jim Carrey who are really good at voice acting, really good at changing their facial expressions to different characters too. So I remember there was this old stand-up that Jim Carrey done, and he changed his face to like Bob Dylan and Jack Nicholson and stuff. He did the voices, but he changed his facial expression so it went along with the voice. And you have the voice, you have the face, and he becomes the character. And even Robin Williams, I'm like a pretty big fan of, and he's the same, good at acting, good at voices. But yeah, I think that's sometimes when you do like a prank call or something, like a good one from a bad one is, yeah, it might be Scammer Revolt, might be the one that I've seen. But yeah, I mean, I guess a good,
Billy West is the guy that does Fry's voice, and
yeah, Billy West.
when you look at his face, he's very much like the character, and that's what most characters are based on. They look like the person who does the voice.
Yeah, I love Seth MacFarlane, who does like, Family Guy. But Seth MacFarlane is like a really good. He has his where he does like Frank Sinatra, his version of him, and he bloody
Mm.
sounds amazing when he sings. Like I remember he did a Family Guy CD or album of songs, and he'd go through the different voices, but then his actual real voice, which is close to Brian the dog from Family Guy, is the closest to his real voice. It's basically
Mm.
his real voice. But yeah,
Have
he
you
he
watched?
he can do some amazing stuff.
Yeah. Have you watched the Orville?
Is that Star Trek? Oh no,
No.
that's the one where it's like a ship sci-fi and it's him and the crew.
Yeah, it's Steph MacFarlane's version of Star Trek. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
it's like
I've seen a
it,
little bit. I need to see more, but
yeah,
it is very compact. Like it's just them in a cockpit sort of situation most of the
yeah.
time.
It's up. They've done. We're waiting on because of the writers' strike and all that sort of thing. We're waiting on season 4 to come out. I think they've
I
done
have to
it.
go for a
Or they,
watch it.
yeah, you'll find it on. It's on Hulu, but Disney Plus here in Australia. It's on Disney Plus.
Oh
Should be
yeah,
all three. Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
might sit down and I might lay
The
down and
first
might
season
lay
was
down and
great
watch
because
it.
it had a lot of Steph MacFarlane's humour in it. There was a lot of humour in it, and I found it really
Yeah.
good. The
Did you?
next couple of seasons got a little bit more sort of serious, more, but
Okay.
it's still good. Yeah,
Did you get around
Have you
American
seen
Dad at
that?
all?
Oh, American Dad's pretty good. It's very like obviously in that realm of CIA type situation, but A Million Ways to Die in the West was really good. Have you seen that film? It's the Seth MacFarlane film, and Million Ways to Die in the West. It was a cowboy film, but it was him as the main character. That
I
was
love.
brilliant, and obviously Ted as well. The
Oh,
second one was a little bit average, but Ted was amazing. How he does Ted the teddy bear, and it had Mark Wahlberg in it. That
mate,
is that is an amazing film.
one of my
I haven't
favorite
seen that in
lines.
years.
One of my favorite lines with Ted when he's like, I took her out the back and I fucked her with a parsnip." And I'm like, I just like, because he's a Teddy, it's fucking hilarious. I said, yeah.
Yeah, and when he's trying to flirt with that woman, he's like just waving at her first, the other cash register chicken, and then he ends up getting lotion spraying it all on him, and she gives him like a face, and he's like, "Oh, okay, that's where we draw the line."
I guess
I
that's
said, I,
where we
s-
draw the line.
I said a line from that in a random live once. I'm not sure how many people got the reference, but when Mark Wahlberg's character he eats lobster, and he asked him if he can take home just the shell and he comes home to Ted, and he's like, "You owe me lobster money," and just the lobster comes through the door. You owe me lobster money. And that's when Mila Kunis' character walks in, and she's like, "Oh, is that shit? Like, is there someone shit on my couch or on the floor?" One of the
Oh
hookers
yeah.
just took a shit in the apartment.
Oh yeah, that was Shaniqua. She's pretty ballsy. Yeah, just like fucking.
Yeah, that film had such good stuff, and yeah, it has a lot of the cast cast from Family Guy, like that Patrick Warburton, who does Joe's voice, was like one
Yeah.
of the yeah, no, yeah, just very much like yeah, voice acting and just stuff like that. And obviously, people like Seth MacFarlane have made a huge name for himself from just being like a guy that done Family Guy and wasn't really into the whole Hollywood scene at the time before.
Oh, all right, guys. I'm gonna hit the road.
Righto, Sammy. Thanks, man.
All right, so yeah.
Take it easy.
All right, take care, man.
Wow, you've hit the 3 hour mark. G,
I
you got your
wouldn't have been able to do it by myself.
yeah. You got your outro ready to go. You want to wrap it up from here?
I guess that's why as well I call this Up Late with G and Friends. I had to put the and friends in because otherwise, I wouldn't be able to carry this by myself.
Yeah.
You're going to head off as well, Mark?
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like going to sleep, but I'm looking at other stuff. What do you think of the Tesla Cybertruck? Have you looked into that at all?
No, I guess it's that Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I went for a stage where I looked into some of his stuff, but
Mm.
I I do know that his satellite Starlink is starting to. I've, I mean, I don't know enough about it to really hold a conversation, but I
Mm.
did look into how Ukraine wanted them to like be able to control it because of the war, and he didn't allow them, and now they're
Yeah.
trying to talk shit basically about that
Mm.
situation. Obviously, they're trying to change the narrative of the story, I guess, to suit their
Yeah.
needs or suit their
Yeah. Yeah.
situation. Where it just, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know either or, but it sounds like he didn't allow them because of he thought they were going to obviously create a lot more issues for the situation, the war. It sounds like he was doing the right thing, and they're trying
Yeah.
to say he done the wrong.
So if you're on
Wrong
X,
around him.
yeah, if you go on X, you can search X and find the right
Mm.
information about that to get a clear understanding.
Okay, because I do follow Elon Musk on that. I followed him before he owns the business.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always found he was one person that was worth sometimes going on there to have a look at because he would
Mm.
be if you like him or you don't like him, and at the end of the day, I don't really know the guy, but it is always interesting to look into that stuff, like look into his stuff.
I don't know the guy either, but
Yeah,
knowing what I do know and seeing he's responsible. I won't say he's not single-handedly responsible for a lot of things, but he has done a lot of stuff, a lot of good things that people don't realize.
yeah, I quite
I
like PayPal.
yeah, yeah. Well, it is. There's a lot of things that a lot of these guys do that you don't see, or the legacy media will like portray it
Yeah,
a
of
certain
course.
way. Yeah, and it's not, and that's not the truth at all. It's funny. He actually talks about this on X. It's amazing how much how is it? Is it rhetoric or
Reddit.
no, not Reddit. The meaning I'm trying to find here, the bias, how much bias there is, in a media, a mainstream
Yeah,
media presented article.
they will only tell you what, like, even if some, yeah, they want you to, they will display someone how they want you to see them as. They won't
Yeah,
sort of show you the truth.
yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
quite liked his interview on Joe Rogan. I felt like I knew the guy a lot more, and I feel like he has a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience in life. But I feel like he's quite like a type of dude that you could have a drink with or just a chat with, and go
mm,
from, I guess, like we do on lives, go from very meaningful stuff to just have a laugh. And
mm,
I felt like I just knew him a lot more after that interview in
yeah,
particular.
yeah, yeah. So,
Even though I
I,
don't know if he knows how to smoke weed properly.
yeah, as you pointed out before, people either love him or hate him, and
Yeah,
it's amazing how Tesla themselves, they don't do any advertising. Well, that's not true. They do a little bit of advertising, but when it comes to legacy auto, you just look at their budgets for advertising. Yet Tesla does nothing, mainly because anything that happens, somebody's talking about Tesla, whether it's in a positive way
yeah,
or a negative way. And the mainstream media and others, like, you have a look at Joe Biden. He's come out and
yeah,
said, "Oh, GM, you've done this and all this sort of stuff." And he's only saying that because the unions have supported Joe Biden. And then, he's it was only up until recently that Joe Biden, even like whenever Joe Biden talked about electric vehicles, he didn't mention anything about Tesla at all. It's just,
yeah.
it's just so funny to watch sometimes, especially when other people point it out. It's a bit like for me, it's a bit like the UFO subject. When you start looking into it, you go, oh my God, there's just so much information out there. And that's what the
Yeah.
investigative journalist Ross Coulthard is saying. Yet the legacy
Mm.
media, they're still ridiculing, you know, is there life out there? Is there aliens or something? And they're playing the X Files music. They just they just don't want to concede or accept, or they get someone on like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who he's ridiculed the subject for a long time. But yeah, just one of those things, I
I
guess.
found it very interesting in encounters where that guy that was a part of Harvard and they were trying to really discredit him. I found that definitely,
Yeah,
and that's just similar to the media, how we're still living in a world, even though this is a little bit, in the past now, but we're still living in a situation where people still don't want to take it seriously, which is just
yeah,
ridiculous. No
yeah,
one wants to, and a few people will, but they're trying to say, and this happens in the government, this happens in just Harvard and any situation, media. If you do talk about it, they try to make out as you're going through, or even if you're an intelligent person, he's really struggling at the moment. He's going through a bad situation that is
yeah.
obviously making him want to investigate and talk about this. It's like, oh, you seriously think anyone that just talks about it is just instantly just nuts, or they're just having a breakdown? And it's like really, to me, it's the opposite way around. If you don't want to explore the world and planet and just everything more, you must be very closed off, and maybe they have the mental problems because they can't handle it.
Yeah,
They don't have the
yeah,
mental capacity to be able to handle
or
looking outside just what you're told, on a little screen, a box or whatever. It's just
yeah, and we've seen samples of that firsthand where we're talking about a subject and people go away and you know, they'll only come back once they're talking about a subject that they know about, you know, and it's
Oh yeah,
almost like
definitely.
you know, towing the party line, as they say, you know, and
Yeah,
it's
and I mean each to their own, but I just don't know. I mean, I guess because I'm just so open-minded, some people are so closed off. Like you said, they can't. You know, some people can't physically even be a part of the conversation.
yeah, yeah, you know, there's a UFO researcher that has passed away, and he had some excellent quotes, and I should find them and post them because he used to come out with the
Mm,
with sayings like the nasty negative Nancy's or something like that, and it was referring to people who no matter what evidence you put in front of them, and there's
yeah,
some people out there now who are like this. They'll say, "Oh no, no, they've got an answer for everything. Oh no, that's a seagull." You know, okay. Um, what's a seagull doing it -2? You know, 40 nautical miles off the coast or something like, just crazy stuff.
it really amused me and tickled me because obviously I have a silly sense of humor. But when I was watching Encounters, I believe it's the one in Wales, and they were trying to explain what they feel like the kids saw, and they had like a merry-go-round.
Yeah,
Had a
yeah,
merry-go-round. They're like, oh, maybe they saw this and thought it was a UFO, and
yeah,
I'm just like, whoa. Like, who do they think? Like, even when you're a kid, and yeah, they had a few good points with their imagination and stuff. But why would these kids still be remembering it? And like when you see them talking and they're adults now, you can kind of see the fear, or you can see them transported
yeah,
back to that time it happened. You can just see
yeah,
their emotions. They're not
yeah,
they're not hiding, like they're reliving it, and they're still not necessarily scared, but they're still their mind is just ticking over. But just a part of that, and they're like, oh, or maybe they saw this, and they pointed to a
mm,
merry-go-round. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. It just reminds me of the weather balloon all over again, like,
mm.
and that was
Well,
military trained military people.
yeah. While we're just going back to the Ruhr, Zimbabwe, because that's where it happened, Ruhr, Zimbabwe, in South Africa.
Yeah,
There's a few things that they don't talk about, and that was number one. I believe that school is very close to a uranium mine, right?
okay,
And
some
number two,
resources.
yeah, or you can put these in any order you like. Well, probably number one, the most important thing, there were sightings of a UFO or UFOs both before the event, right, days before and days
Mm,
after, right. So there was that. It'd be interesting if somebody would go back and talk to the school teacher and ask her about when these particular aliens came back and talked to her and said, "Do you want to come with us?"
yeah, right.
What's the time frame? You know, and then there's so Ruhr, Zimbabwe is close to a uranium mine, and there
Yeah,
was sightings of UFOs before and after the event. So you know, it's just yeah, it's uncanny. There's it's the long sometimes the longer you wait, the better, and then like you say,
mm,
as we were talking about before, seeing different aspects of it or different versions of it. Sometimes you pick
mm.
up on those little interesting little bits.
That's why it's always really like good to sometimes revisit stuff that you've already learned or you've already looked into because as you know, they had interviews with the kids when they were kids, and a lot of people that are into that subject have seen it already. But it's good to go back and look over stuff because yeah, you can pick up just little bits. And I mean, it's always good to refresh your mind anyway, just any
Yeah.
information that you may have, just slowly just you know the gist of it, but you might have just missed a few details. But I
Mm.
mean, Africa is full of resources, and it's interesting how places like Mars, like Earth, is quite rich with resources and life these days, where other planets may not have, for different reason, the atmosphere or just the resource might not be there. And I feel
Mm.
like that's definitely a huge, like, I guess, plus or a huge reason for whatever to what I mean, humans, we haven't even got over pilfering this planet for all it's worth, really. Even like you're talking about electric vehicles, like we have better technology, but for some reason they still want to, you know, kind of rape, for a worse word, this land of all its natural resources.
Mm.
But it's you were saying about what the South African situation has. It's like in Wales, they were saying they feel like underwater in between the islands that there may be like a base or
Yeah,
something there as
yeah,
well, and that could be why
yeah,
there's more activity there than other places as well. There could be,
yeah.
and I mean, if you've looked into any history, we all know that there's civilizations that have they're underwater, but obviously water's rising, and for different reasons, they're not around anymore.
Mm.
And but who's to say they haven't adapted and they have different technology than us? And it's like, I guess, if now we was going to learn that the water was going to rise to the point where a lot of stuff would be destroyed. I'm sure the more rich people would put a lot of resources in to try to survive that situation, and then obviously every Tom, Dick, and Harry's unfortunately going to just suffer the consequences. But it's like if you look at it in that sort of situation, I'm sure some people are going to learn to adapt or survive in however way they can. Where if it's going to where either use technology or just pay people to. I mean, we have huge underground bases and cities and stuff like that anyway.
Mm.
So who's to say that people aren't going to somehow survive? And if you can contain yourself outside of the weather and the environment, then you might have more time to try to adapt to whatever climate change is going to happen as well. Like if you're confined and the weather and water or whatever can't get to you, you have a lot of time to try to work out a way to survive that situation. And I guess my point is, who's to say that hasn't happened in the past? And a lot of what we say are UFOs and aliens are just different civilizations that have moved on from that situation, and we're just kind of like the caveman. We're just slowly going to learn learn the consequences our own way eventually.
Mm. Mm.
But I
Yeah.
mean, as well, it's interesting how they always try to, or, like I was mentioning before, people that do have experiences. They've said they always try to warn us about environmental
Yeah.
situations or us destroying the planet. So it
Mm.
does seem like they have past knowledge or they have experiences in this sort of stuff, like they've almost gone through it themselves, or they're trying to warn us not to do what they may not have acted quick enough, and they've suffered from it. So they're trying to stop us from living in the past, their past mistakes or whatever. But it's always interesting to try to piece together the puzzle and try to work out what's really going on.
Mm. Yeah, that's for
No, I
sure.
can't say I've heard of that, AJ.
No, no, I haven't heard of that one. Don't watch a lot of movies these days. Probably should do watch a few more, but yeah.
No, it seems
Mm.
like it's a 2023 film. Mm, well, it says 22 here. So the trailer's kind of intriguing.
Yeah, right. Might have to check it out. Actually, I'm looking for. I need to sit down and watch Oppenheimer. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
a lot of people reckon the Barbie movie's good too. Other people think the Barbie movie's crap.
I reckon I didn't even get through 5 minutes, and I'm just like, yeah, this isn't for me, and
So
I don't know what to take.
You couldn't even do a half an hour, eh?
I know, so yeah, I guess I can't blame anyone else for not being able to get through half an hour when I couldn't get through 5 minutes of it. Yeah, I don't know.
Just getting back to
I just
the alien bases that supposedly are here on Earth. The
yeah,
remote viewers and other people, the general consensus is that there's 4 bases here on Earth.
okay, yeah. Antarctica definitely would be one.
Yeah, South Africa's another one, and there's one supposedly here in Australia and somewhere else. There's a video of a guy by the name of Jim Mars. Interesting guy. If you type him into Google, into YouTube, there's quite a few presentations that he's done over the years. He's passed away now. You may also recognise his name. He wrote the book about JFK, and they turned that into a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, righto, AJ. Thanks. I should go and check it out. Yeah, Jim Mars, interesting character. It's sometimes like a lot of these people. By the time you find out who they are, you've missed them in real life.
Yeah, you missed all the hype and stuff, but then that's possibly a good thing in a way, because it was like experiences I've had, I've openly spoke about, but then I do wonder, because I'm quite an open person, I wonder if this was, like say 20 years before I was born, would I be so open about it? Because the MIB situation in a lot of those stories, that have the people coming to tell them not to talk about it.
Yeah, who knows? But I suppose we'll just keep watching and looking into it, and eventually they might tell us the truth.
Yeah, it's all pretty crazy.
Well, I think everyone's waiting. More eyes will be on what Joe Biden's going to do, whether he's going to mumble his words again, or he's going to fall up some stairs or fall down some stairs, whatever he's going to do.
I swear, like, especially I guess in the American political parties, especially presidents, I swear it's like, what character can we put in there next, just to see if no one stands up and says, all right, we've had enough, or whatever. It's just, I think I was an MIB agent. Is that a movie reference? I guess he's got the AJJ. Does sound a little bit like a.
Yeah. They use the neuralizer on you. Can't remember.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway,
sometimes
I might wrap it up, G.
Yeah, no worries. I was just going to say, sometimes I wonder if that's been used on me. But yeah, as I said, I'd love to. I mean, we tend to go into this stuff when me and you are left alone. It's like we can't help ourselves, but just we talk all sorts of stuff and then end up back here. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going in over Encounters again. Maybe when Nick's available as well. You said he was watching some of it. Love to have another chat about it with you guys at some stage.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. Let's do it at some stage. We might.
Definitely glad that you recommended that to me, because I don't keep my eye on Netflix as much these days. So yeah, I appreciate that you told me, because once you said you told me and then you said it was really good, it kept on in the back of my mind. I'm like, I have to try and find that, try and
Yeah,
watch it.
well,
Yeah,
I watch a lot of YouTube, and I watch a lot of people on YouTube talking about the UFO subject, and they're the
yeah,
ones who were talking about it. So usually, if they're talking about it, it'll either be one or two things. It'll either be really good, or it's going to be crap, or
yeah,
it'll be mediocre. And then I'll go and watch it, and if I think it's good, then I'll say something. And it's the old story of word of mouth. You'll, you know, people will soon tell you, "Oh, don't waste your time, mate." Like the Barbie movie,
yeah,
for instance. But
yeah.
yeah,
Don't
this
waste
series,
your time.
yeah, this the only criticism I could say about Encounters was that to do with the South African event, they had that guy on
Hmm.
there who said, "Oh no, I made it up. It was a shiny rock," and all these kids believed
Yeah,
him. Now,
yeah,
um, the people that I watch, there's of course, as soon as anybody in the UFO community comes out and says, "Hey, this is the situation," you get a bunch of people who believe them, you get a bunch of people who don't, and then you get some people who look into it and go, "Well, hang on a minute. Um, 20 years ago or 10 years ago, whenever you did the last interview or something like that, you weren't saying that at all." And that was the case with this guy in the South African case. They found a
yeah,
video from 10 years ago, or maybe a bit more, where he said, "Yeah, I saw it too." And so what he's saying
mm,
now is totally different to what he was saying back then. So
mm.
there's whether they did that for the hell of it, or what, I don't think it did any justice, especially after seeing. I've seen a fair bit on the Ruhr Zimbabwe case, and and as you say, the children are now adults, and they're still saying the same thing, and their emotions are still there. That's something you can't fake. You know.
Yeah. And I think they do that just so you can definitely, it leaves like a little bit of mystery still,
Yeah.
because they did the same with the one in Wales, where they were saying that someone prankster said that he was cruising around in a silver overalls,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was pranking people. But then they did point out that that only started to happen once people spoke about it.
Mm,
So it's like, yet again they tried to discredit it in a way.
mm,
But the only thing I guess I could say that made me question is, in the Wales one, the dude who was like a chubby kid that got, like he was saying, he got beaten and he had a black eye when he did an interview when he was a kid. That kid said, he said when he was in that interview that, oh, me and five guys, I think he said five, me and five boys, we saw it and we ran off. But when he explained it earlier, he said that he went out of the classroom by himself because kids ran in and told him, and he was inside, so he went out and had his own experience by himself. But then I did notice when he said, when he was being interviewed later on as a kid, he said, "Oh, there was five of us and we saw it and we ran inside." So that's the only thing that did cross my mind. I'm like, oh, maybe he was just trying to speak generally and didn't
mm.
want to, because I guess when you're in a situation when you're being interviewed on TV, you only have a short little bit of time to say something. So that might have been him just like, just shortening the experience down to just a paragraph or whatever.
Yeah.
But he did say like, oh, you know, four or five of us or whatever he said, we saw it and we all ran inside. But then when he explained it and he went through his own experience, he said that he went out by himself and saw it all. That's the only thing that I'm like, oh, I thought you said slightly different when you explained it earlier. But
Mm,
I think that, to me, that's the only thing. But yeah, besides that, that guy, was, the one that was in the Zimbabwe one when he was saying, "Oh, it was like a silver rock or whatever." I'm like, it comes down to the whole. I'm pretty sure kids know the difference from and we all had imaginations as kids. We all used like sticks as swords and stuff like that. But those sort of situations don't stick with you that much. Like, why would people be swearing blind that they saw all this stuff if it was just like a kid said, "Oh, it's a UFO"? And I just don't think kids would go that far. And what my point of view was as well, there was like 60 odd people that saw it. You're telling me that that many people was in lying and in on it?
Yeah.
And also in that scenario, people were saying that they actually saw something physically, and then they tried to say it was the gardener. Was another silly thing. Like, they was trying to say it's some gardener. I'm pretty sure yet again. It's like when I've had experiences, you don't look back and question stuff in life that is just normal. If you saw a gardener that they're seeing every day or every week at least, you wouldn't see a gardener and like look at it and think, "Oh, is that something a bit different I've never seen before?" It'd be something that just your mind instantly recognizes it as what it is. But when it's something weird, like they were saying, a certain shape, I think that one had a black suit on, I believe, and just big eyes and stuff like that. That's going to stick with you and that's going to freak you out and all that stuff compared to just, "Oh, I'm just a gardener. I'm just doing the gardening." Why would they be adults and they're still traumatized or still trying to work out what this is? And like you pointed out, the head mistress, she was she's still around basically now, and she
Yeah.
ended up having her own experiences. And she was an adult back then, and now she's obviously even older.
Mm.
So why would she have experiences as well? And like we've discussed, there was so much activity happening around that time when all that stuff was happening. So it weren't just the kids' experience. There's other people's experiences, and
Mm.
yeah, it kind of annoyed me. Kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I guess if that guy wanted to be a part of the documentary and they wanted to add it because they feel like it was evidence, which I understand it was in a way, but that guy that was trying to discredit it all, the South African fella that was saying that it was a rock that they all reacted to. I just felt like he wasn't, I don't know, like he wasn't being genuine in a way. Like his
Yeah.
his body language seemed very different than all the other adults, all the other people that had experiences. Like
Yeah.
the
Well,
couple of females and the black fella that had experience.
yeah. That's what.
His body,
Yeah,
mm,
that's what they were talking about. His body language. Yeah. It just didn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
It seemed.
he seemed very sketchy to me.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like he wasn't being himself, and he wasn't. Even if he was discrediting the whole situation, like he was against it, he seemed a little bit strung up, or a little bit high in a way,
Mm.
and that could either be intoxication, drugs, or it could just be like people act like that when they're lying as
Yeah.
well. They can act
Yeah.
very differently when they're not
Yeah.
telling the truth. So
Yeah. That's for
that's
sure.
that's my that's my honest opinion on that.
Mm.
It sort of made me a bit uneasy, just where I don't, like all the other people, even if they were saying the opposite of what they were saying, they were all kind of calm and just explaining it,
Yeah.
and they didn't seem like they were just talking shit. Where he just seemed like he was a bit skittish and stuff. So yeah, he kind of annoyed me a little bit.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. It when it came on, when I saw it, I thought, "Oh, just hang on a minute. Come on. If you're going to uh, if you're going to do something like that, I think it could have been done a lot better in terms of um, they could have had someone who was there and say that I didn't see it like that. This is how I saw it. You know, yeah. It just didn't seem right. It just didn't sit well. You know.
Yeah, like he seemed almost like he was, I guess don't want to get too tinfoiled hat, but he seemed like he was planted there just to discredit it all in a way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like he just seemed like and I guess I can understand why the filmmakers might put him in there, just so again it leaves that mystery and for you to decide yourself. But it just
Well,
seemed like he was almost being paid to just have his own opinion that was totally different from. Funny enough, everyone else's opinions all aligned with each other, and his was just
yeah. Yeah.
it's like someone saying, "Oh, that's the color black," and then everyone agreeing, and then someone saying, "No, that's white," or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
totally different. That
Well,
and 60 kids lying.
yeah, in some situations, people who experience the phenomena do report that they see it, and the person standing behind it either doesn't see it or sees something completely different. You know, so
Yeah,
it's just yeah. But look, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm going to wrap it up at that, G. I appreciate you having me on and having a chat about this and
oh,
talking. And
no worries.
you enjoy the rest of your night. And I'm going to be watching Bathurst tomorrow, or most of it anyway. So um, watch it for the
No,
smashes.
no problem. I think I'll let you leave and then I'll wrap it up. But I think that's a good point. End to the stream. Who knows? Is a very is a very good way to end it. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Well,
But you're you're always
if you're
welcome,
gonna,
and yeah, really appreciate you pointing out that documentary because yeah,
that's all right. Hopefully,
bloody loved it. Yeah,
yeah. Hopefully, I'm on point with the next one. So. But if you're going to wrap it up, I
yeah.
might just stay to the end. I want to see how you wrap it up.
I'm wrapping up like a present, which isn't very good. I'm not the best at wrapping presents. Some people make them look all lovely, and mine looks like it's been dropped and kicked down the stairs a few times. Ah, can't even remember who I am. All right then, everyone. I'm going to leave it there. We we're creeping up to the 4 hours, but I'm sure everyone's had enough of me. And yeah, I did have a few drinks for you. I told you where I was this week. I was a little bit quiet, so hopefully you guys didn't miss me too much. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that's been on the stream, including Mark, who's stuck around to the end. And hopefully
Thank,
everyone enjoyed the conversation because I mean, I come into these streams, I don't prepare too much. And yeah, they end up I love having a chat to everyone in the chat and to all the people up in panel. But we had Dexter tonight, we had Mark and Sammy. I believe that was everyone. Rolfus was going to join us, but he didn't. But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you on Monday. Take care, everyone. Good night. I was wondering if you was going to say good night, Australia.
oh, well, I did. Good night, Australia.